So, by the end of the 14th, it is late evening when you finally finish crossing the rest of the channel and you reach the city of Whalercog. This time, unlike last time when you came in via the water, this time you come in directly from the sky.
Oh, boy, okay, wait.
And you end up coming in, and Calcutic asks where you would like to be dropped. There are essentially really two reasonable places to land in the city. You could either land at the stockyard, at the docks, or you could land in the trade district.
I was thinking, the docks,
Okay, all right. In that case, I'm going to pull the note on there for the stockyard. He comes around and lowers the ship into the stockyards and ends up hovering the ship about 10 feet off the ground when they toss over the rope ladders to allow you to disembark. Well, it's always been a pleasure to have you aboard, and I hope that our services saw you here safely and quickly.
Thank you, Cal.
My pleasure.
Be safe wherever you go, okay?
Indeed. It sounds like you're going to need more luck than me, though.
Soul looks uncomfortable.
Well, I'm sure you can all handle it.
Yeah.
Well, farewell.
Goodbye, Cal.
I'm going home.
It's going to be a big shock for the other people.
I'm actually here. She smells the air. It's exactly how I remember it. It's, by the way, the air here, is thick with smoke.
Suffocating.
It's air that only a gnome can enjoy.
It's air with quotation marks.
Take a walk.
It's air with qualifiers.
Wow. With an asterisk at the end of it?
Yeah.
But like 3.
Yeah. An asterisk and a tiny 3 next.
Yeah. Warning, may cause asthma, emphysema, or lung cancer.
She takes one deep breath and has her condition back all the way.
The city of Whalercog is not responsible for any injuries suffered while breathing our air.
So where did you say that we landed?
You landed in the stockyard, which is right where the word docks is on the map. It's right over the O of docks. Okay. So the party lands there, and it is evening on the 14th. Sun is already down. Stuff's being moved around by various automatons. And a lot of you are able to disembark from the ship.
Archie, Crane, meet, and Moira down.
And Moira is just like, you can tell she's like visibly excited to be home.
Alright, well.
She asks where we were going first.
Well, I feel like, Lovette, do you want to take her to wherever she needs to go?
Well, I messaged my parents and said we would meet, or that she would meet them. So I think we should go to my parents' place, and they might be able to help us see how mother will just insert them.
Okay. Alright, in that case, you guys travel north and head to the Xeniris Bodwin estate.
Alright. Guess we have, knockers?
I mean, that's sort of a crude way to put it, but sure.
Alright, you said it, not me.
Alright, so you get into your home, and you are greeted by one of those lesser Archibald units. And inside, you're quickly greeted by both your parents, who are happy to see you, and are just marveled by the fact that you have Moira with you. Both of them are saying that it's an absolute miracle that this has happened, and the fact that she's moving around without having to, stop and rest every 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. It's an absolute miracle. And they're both just ecstatic that this has happened.
Yeah, well, I hope her mother feels the same way, but we are worried they might accuse her of being a mimic or something. I'm not really sure what you guys could do, but I thought maybe you could help us out with this.
Well, we already spoke with her.
You spoke with her?
You did send the message ahead of time, right?
Yeah, I'm just surprised that she would speak with them.
Yeah, so she already explained what had happened. She went and visited the O'Brien estate and spoke with Moira's mother, and she was in bad sorts when she found her. But when she was able to explain everything that happened, her mother, almost as if she woke up from a dream and was excited to see her daughter again.
Alright, good. So I guess we should just go there and see her.
I'm glad she's okay. She looked yeah.
She did look like shit when we saw
her. You can tell that Moira looks worried. She's alright.
I mean, it's really late in the evening, but I think for this she might want to wake up.
she says she's interested to go there as soon as possible.
Alright, when?
Let's go, I guess.
Yeah, we might be back soon. But we are going to head there first.
Alright, so the party, or whoever wishes to go, heads over to the O'Brien estate, where upon knocking on the door opens and you see Moira's mother, who looks less disheveled than the last time you saw her. She looks like she's actually cleaned up a bit. She's wearing like a bonnet over her head to hide the fact that most of her hair is missing.
Oh.
And she looks kind of like shaky, but at least there mentally, which is better than you could say from the last time.
Okay.
And she, Moira, knocked on the door. The door opens. She sees her daughter, and the two of them just hug. And they both just keep saying how they can't believe that they're back together. And they're both crying. And it's a whole scene.
I think Lovette is trying and failing not to cry herself.
She asks how this was possible, and Moira says that it was Lovette that did it. Like, Lovette was able to get her back. She was able to be brought back from wherever she was. And she's, holding Lovette's hand, tightly, as she explains all this.
Moira is?
Yeah, Moira's holding your hand as she explains the fact that you saved her life. While she's explaining that, she kind of turns to Lovette and says, kind of almost casually, that she loves you.
Oh, wow. Well, Lovette's face goes bright red.
She wasn't even thinking about saying it, it just kind of slipped into the explanation she was giving.
Yeah, maybe you did, Moira.
And Moira's mom comes over and gives both of you a hug and thanks you. Says you did all this. You really
had a great sacrifice for it. I shouldn't get all the credit here. We lost a dear friend, but my own was worth it.
Soul's gonna step out. Just walk the house down.
Yeah, Karis is going to do the same thing. She has no interest in seeing this.
No, Vera's just awkwardly...
You with Petrie?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Petra, and that's even better. Petra and Vera are just standing there yup.
Opposite sides.
I'm sorry for the heartbreak. I put you some blame.
It was all worth it. I have my baby back now. So, many tears later, you all are taken in, those who wish to go into the house are taken in, and Moira, sets about, getting her old room back in order.
So, is the corpse still here?
No, it's been sealed in the tomb.
Which in itself is kind of odd.
Yeah, dude, weirdest fucking experience ever if Moira sees that shit. I'm just really not looking forward to it. I mean, not if, it's gotta happen sooner or later.
Why? Why would that happen sooner or later? Why would she open up her own crypt?
When she's hungry?
Because, she's gonna fucking want to know. I would be like, is there really a corpse that's me in that thing? I can't not know.
You're telling me if you were brought back to life and they said they used the arm of your corpse to reanimate you, and the rest of you's buried in that, you'd be like, I want to see it.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck, people?
I want to know what it looks like.
I would want to know.
Skeleton?
Well, okay,
it would just be like it need to register for the first time. It'd be like, holy shit, I was dead.
For me, nope. I'm gonna stop that train of thought. Nope. I'm gonna stop that train of
What
thought.
happens when we bring Marcus back?
I don't know.
And we gotta go see Hildegard, and she's like, yeah, I never really had the heart to move the body. I just left it on that table.
Decomposing, and she just sealed in the house.
Blocked
No,
off that.
you want to see Marcus?
She's
Start a
Sprayed it
fire.
with fucking fragrances every once in a while, so it didn't stink up too bad, and just left the door closed.
Put a towel under the door. It's
Door
fine.
closed, windows open.
Before Lovette walks in, Soul's gonna approach them really quick, if that's okay, Grem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovette,
Yeah.
do you have any paper and stuff for sending a letter?
I
know you did
sure.
before, back when Karis was in Hartingen versus Bo. It was a long time ago.
Wait, I could just give you a tear a page or two out of my obsession log. Hold on,
Soul's
hand me
eyes
over.
are glued on the book itself when you take it out.
Hold the pages out, and if you don't grab them, just kind of wag them so they make a noise.
Sorry.
And Soul takes them.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You go on ahead. I've got something to write.
You're not coming in?
I can't.
Okay. I understand.
Go ahead.
Alright, I'll head in.
Vera will head in.
I'm gonna stay out with Karis.
Okay. Yeah, Karis doesn't want to go in the room or in that building.
I assume it looks a lot nicer.
Yeah, it's been cleaned a lot. in the last couple of days. It's still not great, but it's better than it was.
It's not literally coated in dust.
Right. It's still there's still a lot of parts that aren't clean, but it's better than what it was. 1 second. There's one thing I forgot about. Sorry, I did mean to mention this earlier, but at this point, over the course of the last couple of days, you now have a series of like bite and scratch marks across your body.
Damn.
I didn't know if you wanted to roleplay that at all, but
okay.
Basically, Moira has been aggressive. She's, I guess, getting used to the fact that she's not like physically limited anymore. So there's that.
All right. I'll try to keep them mostly covered up with my clothes, my coat.
Yeah. I just wanted you to know. That's all.
Good to know. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that.
Okay. Anyway, so Moira will ask her mother if Lovette can stay the night over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And
Y'all gotta be quiet.
her mom looks at her daughter and looks at Lovette and says, "Of course."
Call me friend.
Okay, I guess that helps.
Like,
Soul doesn't know we're staying a night.
I mean, the Vizier wouldn't be able to see us, like,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Now. Well, they're expecting us.
Yeah.
I mean,
today?
Soon.
it's ASAP.
That doesn't mean he's just up 24/7 waiting for us.
Well, what time did we get here? I didn't hear
Evening.
it. I'm sorry.
Evening.
Oh, okay. We'll wait.
10 p.m. on the 14th. The rest of you, let's see how to put it this way. Moira only asked Lovette to stay over,
Yeah, I assume that.
so the rest of you can probably go back to the Zanir's Bodwin estate or get a room at an inn. It's up to you all.
You know,
Or
I
go to
think
the
I'm
library.
gonna do an inn.
You guys want to try a gnomish inn?
Oh my
Want to
god.
get overcharged for your fucking room?
I just didn't want to stay at your parents' house because it feels weird.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Well, there's an
Right.
inn right by the trade district that is specializing in being an inn for
Taller people.
larger people. It's the Valiant Arms. There's also Whaler Coggy Inn number 1.
Can I also say that there is potential hot springs that,
I own.
Something like that, yeah.
Good point.
or at least could see what has happened to it.
Yeah, what's happened?
It's been foreclosed already.
Eh.
Yeah, the
Whatever.
people, there's like the employees out in the streets that are like, we knew you'd come back. You're like, yeah, I don't really actually, I wasn't going to do anything. I just want to see if it was still around. Sorry.
Here's some money. Go fix your life.
Yeah.
Should
Here.
we go over there? What's happening?
I gotta send something first before we go. Beardy.
Yeah.
Soul is going to write a letter to Hildegard.
Lovely. Okay.
Oh, boy.
The letter in general, the sweet stuff like, I hope you're doing well, I miss you, I hope things are okay, pretty
Mhm.
much. I forgot to do this then because of things, but please bury this earring with Marcus if you have time. And Soul's going to take off their last earring at the end of their left ear.
This is their last earring, period, right?
Yes, past the one that's attached to the feather on their headband.
Right.
What do the earrings mean? Do I not know yet?
So, it's just earrings they had, but Marcus, back when we left Siva, Marcus insisted that Soul give Siva something before they left.
Mm-hmm.
Soul gave Siva one of their earrings.
Aw.
So, Marcus gets one of their earrings.
All right. 1 gold postage.
Yeah.
So go ahead and reduce yourself by 1 gold piece, and you can send a letter with the earring in it to Wittingen. Attention, Hildegard.
Hope she gets it.
I don't know that she will get it. Like, do male people go to her house? Because the nearest civilization last time we were there, were like, nobody goes there anymore. It's haunted.
But we made it chill for her to visit the village.
Yeah,
again.
she
That's
visits Wittingen every so often to pick up mail
Oh, okay.
and to see clientele. She's the town's witch.
Ah, yeah.
She's there to make, like, potions to make people's dicks hard.
There it is. That's the one. No, it's completely canon.
Alright, so after Soul does that letter, Soul goes to the party who is not Lovette. So we could go to the hot springs if we want while we're here for an evening.
Am I going to cost us much?
I mean, if anything, I can take care of it. Soul winks.
Just kind of, because Vera doesn't know what the wink means. Like, oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
The special occasion? Or...
Instinctively, as a player, I wanted to say you're a special occasion. Do you know how much that took me to not say that as Soul?
Good job.
Thank you. No, it's a place we could stay and relax and put a load off for an evening since Lovette will be busy for a while.
Eh?
I suppose.
Is everyone else okay with that? And Sol looks at Petravian and Karis.
I'm fine with that. I'd like to see if Karis would want to go to the nearest library, but sure.
You can do that first if you want.
Sol looks at Karis.
I'd like that.
Go ahead. We'll wait for you.
Well, it's 10. What you mean? It's 10 p.m., right?
Oh, right. Forgot what
Yeah.
time
I mean,
it was.
I assume we have to come back to grab Lovette anyways. So.
Yeah.
I
So
fucking imagine that being Karis saying that. It's like, you don't mean now, do you? The libraries are...
the libraries are closed.
We can do that tomorrow, guys. When we come back to grab Lovette. Savvy?
Sounds good.
Alright.
So where are we staying the night?
I was gonna try the hot springs that we went to last time. Well, 2 last times ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unless you don't want to.
Karis kind of like has a smirk. I think I'd like that.
Oh, yay! We're gonna have so much fun. Let's get you some wine, Karis.
Her eyes light up.
Whiskey.
Wine, you say?
Yeah, Karis loves wine. It's like one of her favorites. Did Petravian gasp?
Yes, Petravian gasped.
Sol looks at him
Petravian loves
concerned.
wine. Petravian loves wine.
Of course. Okay. So
Karis, you have to be drinking for me, okay? Since I can't.
you have no idea how long I've waited to hear those words.
Party goes to the hot springs.
Yep, so we head to the hot springs.
Yep, I'm moving the characters over now.
Yay!
All right, so it's just the 4 of you because Lovette is preoccupied. And you get there, and it's about, we'll say, 11 o'clock at night. There are, like, torches and lights and lamps all over the place. And Karis looks to Vera. Are you going to join us this time?
I suppose.
Wonderful.
I'm really
Besides, there should be a bed for everyone.
There's actually places to sleep?
Yeah, unless you want to double up. And Sol walks in.
Like,
Petravian
because we've been
like
sleeping in a cramped ass.
Yeah.
We got 5 people in there, and one of them is 7 feet tall.
No, it was 6 with Moira.
Yep.
Actually, Karis was sleeping in the crew's quarters for a while.
But I mean, Lovette and Moira haven't been doing much sleeping, but I mean...
Ew.
Oh,
Are you-
You did that while we were sleeping?
No.
Wow.
Ew, that's like
Raging
the gross
asshole.
roommate situation.
That is a
Yeah,
gross
no.
roommate situation.
That is something that you don't.
That's more Beardy's call
ever.
than mine anyway, so...
I mean, look,
I'm gonna-
here's the problem is, it's not even my call to make, it's Moira's, and Moira
Exactly.
is insatiable right now.
Good times.
Anyways,
So Sol walks into the front. Excuse me, is anyone in there?
There's a gnome running the counter. It appears to be the same one that was here last time.
Gotcha.
Ah!
Hello
Soul!
again.
You're back! Welcome!
I am.
Well, to what do we owe the visit?
Oh, I'd like to stay here for the evening and
Why?
enjoy the springs.
That works out perfectly. We currently have no guests, so the entire facility is yours, of course.
Thank you very much. Is there anything you need from me?
Not at all. Things have been running relatively smoothly. It's just a bit of an anomaly that we didn't have anyone here tonight. Now, tomorrow is another story. We have quite a few reservations.
At least tonight will be safe.
Well,
What's
it's always
tomorrow?
safe here. We've put in new security measures.
Okay, good. Thank you for doing that. That one time will.
Petra leans up to Sol and asks, "What's tomorrow?"
Oh.
Make a knowledge, local, or history check, please.
Any
Everyone or anyone, yeah. Whoever wants to do it.
That's an 18.
19.
Oh,
Sol and Petra, you both know that tomorrow is Estrella Day.
Oh.
You know, the day where couples get together and stuff, and, you know, the history of the first half-elf.
there's a day for that?
Yeah, it's adorable.
But why?
Because the history of the first half-elf is one of the most amazing things on this earth.
Vera kind of just winces.
Oops. Sorry. But it's cool to me.
I mean,
And it's
I
an
think it's
important
pretty
day
neat.
to, I don't know, kind of proclaim your love to someone. Or if you have an unusual love, like, say, between an elf and a human, or if you love multiple people, maybe. It's a good day to talk about that, you know? Soul's gotten, like, more and more embarrassed as their explanation went.
It's supposed to be the day when the goddess of love is the most powerful. It's the anniversary of the birth of the first half-elf.
That's what Soul said.
Yeah, I thought everybody knew about it. I knew about it.
And she lived underground.
She nods vigorously. I did.
Soul puts a dancing light next to Karis's cheek real quick.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am ready for a bath.
Agreed. Soul's gonna let Petravian and Karis go first.
Ooh.
Okay, so the doors here are marked, and Karis says, I'm going to change, okay?
Of course.
She goes off into a room. Right, so there's doors here that are labeled, the one in front of you is labeled men's, Petravian. The one to the right of where you're looking is labeled women's.
Oh, I will go. So if I go straight this way, this is the men's room?
Yeah, that is the
Still
men's.
have their clothes on?
Yeah, he's still wearing all his clothes.
Oh. Well, he doesn't know the
Is he wearing his armor too?
clank, clank.
Yes,
clank,
he's wearing
clank,
his full
clank.
plate mail.
You just bathe with your armor and then drown.
Make a swim check.
Be a good callback to the first.
Yeah, back to
Section.
episode
Yeah,
1. Yeah.
All comes around.
Mm-hmm. So you notice that there were 2 changing rooms at the beginning of the bathhouse.
He walks
So in here,
into...
you find multiple like baskets and bins to keep your equipment safe.
Okay.
There's also towels in here to put on.
All right. He will take off his armor and hang his hammer from the hook
Mm-hmm.
and get it put on a towel.
Okay. And what's the other 2 members of the party doing?
Soul turns to Vera. You don't have to go in the hot spring. You don't.
It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay. I just want you to be comfortable.
Thank you. Vera will be the last one to go into the changing room.
Okay.
Alright. Soul's gonna go to the changing room. That
You pop in right as Karis pops out wearing a towel. I'm not sure if she should be wearing 1 towel or 2 towels. Probably 1 towel.
Your eyes, Soul.
One towel. They're just really long.
It's a really long towel, yeah. But you also are able to see like her shoulders and arms are covered in like winding tattoos.
Sweet tats.
Yeah, something like that.
Soul averts their gaze, of course. It's fine. This is fine.
Petravian looks like not cut. He looks like marbled. He just looks like a piece of marble. I take that back, granite rather.
So in that room, you find 2 pools. One is cold and one is hot.
He'll take a nice hot bath.
All right, you get in there and you kind of get the grime off of yourself from your travels.
He's got the whole men's room to himself, so
Mhm.
he's not worrying.
He ain't covering his huge sack this time.
I mean,
So-
Nope.
yeah.
Soul exits the changing room, towel on and everything. They look between the 2 doors, and they just go to the co-ed one.
Oh,
And
Petra was waving at the wave.
They walk into the hot spring portion, and they swim under the wall and go outside.
All right. What's Vera doing?
So Vera will take off their armor and stuff. They're leaving on their hood, and also they have cloth strips on their body that they're gonna keep on, and they'll put on a towel and go out to the outdoor section.
Passing through the female one.
Okay. Karis gives you a smile and a wave as you pass through.
Soul's staring at the stars.
The Vera will go into the main one, back against the stones. Also, if you want, you can make a perception.
Yes, I do, always. It's my favorite roll. That's a 25.
Do you think that'd be enough to see scars?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so since Vera's wearing the cloth strips and the hood, you can see partially
But
on
you're still
their...
wearing your hood and fucking...
Yeah?
Oh my god.
You can see some slight discoloration on her shoulder, but you can't really see much else. The clothing is still covering up too much of that. But on her back, you may get a glimpse of a few scars. There's one long cut, from the top of the spine, that goes down. And
Straight down?
it goes almost straight down and then curves a bit to the right. It looks like it barely healed, and it looks the best like it would have been a failed wound.
Oh shit.
Then there's a few across the spine to the hip, and 2 small holes.
Holes?
Like scarred holes. Like,
Oh, okay.
like circular scars.
Okay. Where?
Just on the back. So the one below the left rib, and the other lower back on the right.
Soul's doing a poker face right now. So this is your first time in the hot spring?
Yes.
Am
I supposed to do something?
You just relax, and I hope with me, you can.
Vera leans back and pretends to relax.
Okay. Do you want to talk?
Well, I guess we could talk about what we're doing tomorrow. Are we supposed to go there just right away, or...?
I think we'll pick up Lovette first. Petrie and Kyrus have a library date.
What do they need to do at the library?
Interact with each other. Just let it happen.
Okay.
And then we'll go travel to see the Vizier.
Alright.
And then I guess we go to another world.
I'm sure it will go fine.
Vera?
Yes?
Do you have nightmares?
About... Well, I mean, I've had nightmares, yes.
Do you have nightmares about art?
Not in particular.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's probably stupid.
Why would it be stupid? It was quite a terrifying time that we barely got out of there. That's why we're going to the other world.
I know. Just... I'm scared. Really scared.
You have a lot of people on your side, Soul. We can do this.
We have to. We're going to.
We do have to. And we are, yes. Are you sleeping okay?
Yeah, I'm actually sleeping. I stopped meditating a bit ago.
Alright, your people don't really sleep, do they?
No, I've been trying to sleep like a normal person.
Does that actually happen? You can actually do that?
It's just for the first time in my life I got a nightmare recently. And I guess I've been curious and I keep trying to sleep because the first one was so weird. I wanted to dream again, to have it happen again, like a continuation. But I don't even know if that's a thing. But instead, it's like the dreams keep getting worse.
How so?
One dream I was being crushed and eaten by Glarv. Another thing I turned into feathers. And one, there were these scary people watching me. It's all weird, but I can't seem to stop trying to get more. It's like something's trying to tell me something.
Well, sometimes dreams do have deeper meanings. Mellifera, when she was weaker, would contact me more in my dreams. It's an easy
Before
way.
you had your, scythe?
Well, no, I received the scythe the same day I met Melly.
Oh, that's cool.
But when... And Vera pauses. When we lost the hive, I couldn't really talk with her.
You lost it?
But she wasn't lost, she didn't have the power to. We used up too much of her energy and she couldn't use the scythe anymore.
Where did she get lost to?
Well, not so much lost as she wasn't strong enough to communicate.
Oh, poor thing. I'm glad she's better now with you.
I am too, so...
I think you're doing something super amazing. I can't wait to see it grow.
It will. But sometimes dreams are just that too.
Is it bad if I'm trying to dream? Is that bad? I should stop, shouldn't I?
I don't see any... I don't really see any problem with doing it. There's no harm. Your dreams can't hurt you.
Thanks, Vera. Did you, maybe this is weird, but did you have other friends that helped you out before me? Not that I help you out. You do great on your own.
Well, I have the hive. That's all I've had.
Yeah, but it didn't really seem like you had anyone with you when we met.
They're all gone.
Where did they go? Did they get lost?
They died, so.
All of it died?
Vera's
I'm
silent.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. We'll do better this time.
Soul hesitantly, reaches out for a second, pulls their hand back, and then, they take Vera's hand. We can do this. And you can do this. You're the strongest person I know, Vera.
I have to do this.
Exactly. Soul releases the hand. Leans back in the water.
And
Oh.
Vera's gonna run up and go back to the changing room and is gonna grab the first sting.
What? Okay, so after Vera runs out really quick, Soul's just like, oh, thank God. And they, like, bring their ring up to their face. And they, like, grow.
A moment later. Yes, Soul?
Hi there. I didn't end up going to another world yet, but I will be, like, tomorrow-ish, maybe.
It's been 5 days. What happened?
So, Matilda's really weird. And, you know, you would think she would just be like, oh, since you're in the Gnome Land getting that item, why don't you stay there and use that to go to a different world? But no. I mean, she could have sent us off, but it would have been, well, I think more dangerous, so we didn't. Yeah. I should have contacted right away.
Is everything alright, Soul? It seems like you've been avoiding me.
Not intentionally. Is everything okay at home?
Everything here is going normally, I guess. The militia's been getting better every day. I'm trying to make inroads with other villages, but some of them refuse to talk to me at all.
Really?
Yeah, they said that until the wedding takes place, I'm not really anything but a common citizen, so I don't exactly have authority.
It's okay.
I'm trying.
You're doing more than enough. Thank you.
So where have you been the last 5 days?
On an airship,
Oh.
back to the steam isle. I was actually wondering, I'm kind of at the hot springs in the steam isle currently, and didn't know if you wanted to visit or something.
I would love to.
You know where to get here? Or how to get here? I'm gonna stop talking.
The line's already disconnected.
Oh. Hello? This is gonna be rude and awakening for Vera to come back to.
Meanwhile, Petravian, there's a thing you notice
Yes.
in the pool room that you are currently in.
Yes.
There is a large rack fully stocked with alcohol
Oh no.
of lots of various types.
Oh dear.
I only have 80 gold left.
What?
I said I only have 80 gold left. Is there an attendant that I could...
No, the alcohol's just sitting there.
Just take the alcohol.
He's awful good though, so maybe.
It's free, guys.
Yeah, he literally knows the owner.
I don't know I don't know this. Petra doesn't
true.
know this.
Does he not? Okay.
None of us do, right?
I think Lovette and Karis are the only ones that know.
I see.
Vera never knows, so.
Yeah.
Petra
You see
kinda-
there's a door to the north that leads outside.
Oh, okay. Steps out and...
By the way, just to establish this, did you put your towel back on, or are you going out
Yes.
in the buff? Okay.
Oh no, God, no. No,
Okay.
he's not that brave yet.
Does he have it like a toga?
That's level 12 Petra you're talking about.
Mm.
Yeah.
He looks around. I don't think I could see from that from where he is. I don't know if I can see Soul from there. He doesn't look into the women's room. He goes.
You can't. There's a dividing wall.
He goes. Karis, are you in there?
Yeah.
Soul's just like over in the hot spring, just like, what the fuck?
What's up, Petrie?
There's a lot of wine over here, and
There's a lot of
see
wine
it.
over here too.
Karis,
It's really good.
Petra pauses for a moment and said, "Do we need to pay someone for this?"
What? No, it's part of the spa.
Oh my!
You hear splashing, and then you hear footsteps, and then coming around the corner, you see Karis holding 2 bottles of wine and nothing else.
Oh, Soul just covers their face. Actually, they just put their face in the water.
She steps up onto the rock and, is gonna go and, jump into the water, but slips and falls into the water and just laughs.
Oh, Miss Karis, are you okay?
I'm good.
Myself.
I meant to do that.
Soul just lifts their head from their water.
It's fine. The wine is in one piece.
Thank Eden.
So, hi guys.
Hey, Soul.
Hey.
Hi,
Karis.
Soul. Petra's kind of holding, has his hand to avert his gaze. He's trying to be modest.
I have a towel on.
Well, he doesn't know this. He is trying to be respectful.
I mean, we know Karis is butt naked, though, so...
You have the towel
Yes.
in the water too?
Yes.
Weird.
Whatever, I own this place.
You can do whatever you want.
Well, it seems to me Karis is okay, and, well...
I'm glad you guys
She's-
are enjoying the wine.
It
Karis.
seems to be a waste to not have some of this free wine.
Where did he go?
I don't know, but he's
He comes
mumbling
back.
in the other room.
Vera
Comes back out
also
with
comes
the
back.
bottles.
Get your granite ass out here. Water's great.
Vera also comes back out, and she has in her arms Mellifera's Sting and also her new armor that she places into the foliage. Why not?
Soul just rolls their eyes at
Seems to be
everyone.
a great waste to not have some of this fine wine. I seem to be without a cork open. Oh,
Karis looks at it, casts prestidigitation, and pops the cork out.
much obliged.
She's very talented when it comes to wine.
Do I
So,
need to start doing rolls?
Petravian, what you notice from looking at Karis is that she is covered from, like, the bottom of her neck down to, like, her ankles in tattoos. They go to, like, her wrists and ankles. It's this strange looping script,
Oh, okay.
like, written across her body.
It's the enemies.
Yeah, it's a strange type of language that you have no idea what it is. But it's written
Can I
all
do
over
a
her body.
knowledge arcana on that? Or no?
You want to study her naked form?
Oh! No.
Fucking weirdo.
Weirdo.
Yes, but...
You stay away from my daughter! Soul is obviously averting their gaze from Karis.
Yeah, likewise.
And Vera's going to go down to the stairs to get in, and then notices Petravian just winces and moves over to the other side and jumps in from there. And also, probably everyone can probably see Scarus just because Vera turned around and shit.
Mhm.
Well, we're all here now.
What a joy.
Oh,
Mm.
oh my!
Soul's looking at Vera instinctively to avoid looking at Karis.
Petravian has dead-locked eyes with Karis's eyes. Like, just, I am not looking down, I am eye contact.
Well, the water is sort of murky. It's sort of cloudy because
Okay.
of the temperature and, like, the minerals in it.
Gotcha.
And Karis is sort of, like, soaking down to her neck. And she's just sort of, like, drinking from one of the 2 wine bottles that she's holding.
Yeah, she is.
I believe I do have some catching up to do.
That you do. Vera, did you bring your weapon?
Why wouldn't I?
We're not going to fight anything in here.
It's not just a weapon.
I mean, I fought a mimic here, but they said they enhanced security, so it's fine.
I forget, did you tell... I feel like you may have told Vera about the
A
camera.
mimic?
Soul's at least kind of vaguely said it before.
Wait, there are mimics around here?
Oh, yeah, mimics, like, are all around the Steam Isle or something like that. I fought 2 or was it 3? It was gross.
Uh-huh.
If you can...
Petra takes a very long drag of, from the wine bottle.
Listen, if you can bring in a wine bottle, I can bring in Mellifera's Sting.
Look,
That doesn't even make
it's
sense.
fine.
You don't make sense.
The
I'd
the
love-
wine bottles are part of the spa.
This is true.
And this is part of the hive. It goes with me wherever I need it to go.
It's
I-
fine. It's fine, guys.
Vera, you can relax once in a while.
I
We're
left
trying
my
to take
hammer.
we're trying to take the night off for once.
I am relaxing.
Soul looks anxious, like in the middle of this.
Soul, tell Vera that she can relax for once.
Vera, you can relax and keep your weapon with you.
But
There, I
that's
did
not
it.
what I said.
Karis, you
she,
can have
like-
as much wine as you want.
She leans back into the water to the point where she like leans back and like dunks her hair.
Hmm.
Oh, I left the whetstone in my... Damn it.
I'll go get it for you, Vera.
There seems to be a lot of whetstones around here.
Soul
Takes another
swims
big old-
underneath and just fucking stomps out of the room.
Karis rolls her
Where'd they
eyes.
go?
Karis, there seems to be a lot of whetstones around here. I mean...
Oh my god.
Did you just repeat the joke?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I didn't hear... nobody groaned
No,
enough.
Karis rolled her eyes. Is that not enough?
Oh. No.
Yeah, we heard you the first time, buddy.
I
Oh man.
Alright. Soul procures the whetstone from Vera's bag and just like looks at the door back into the spring and just is sitting there debating like, do I really want to go back into that?
Just throw the stone. Just throw it all the way in there. See if you can aim it under the water.
Soul gets back in and swims underneath the wall again hops back up next to Vera and just has the whetstone out for her.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It activates the scythe blade, like shinks out and starts sharpening it.
That seems really dangerous in here. I don't know. You know what? It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. And we're all just relaxing in our own special way, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Soul's just there.
He polished off a bottle.
Soul's just rubbing their temples.
It is supposed to be relaxing.
This is supposed to be relaxing.
Karis.
This is supposed to be different.
Karis. Little help.
What? What with? What are you talking about?
I have one soldier down and this one's being difficult.
Like her face turns red. What? Your little soldier?
No, the bottle. It won't give me its contents.
Soul does prestidigitation. It is just like, shut the fuck up.
Karis goes down to where it's just her nose is just out of the water.
At least Soul can look at Karis now.
Oh. She's just making a noise.
Why can you do it now?
Because the water's kind of murky and she's here to her nose. So I can actually look in Karis's direction without being too uncomfortable. But I can't be too careful because she just kind of bursts out of things sometimes.
Beardy, can I make a perception check?
Sure.
Seeing if I see Grow joining us. I do not.
Nope.
You just see Vera looking at you, sharpening a scythe.
Jesus Christ. And Soul's just like, oh god.
Dude, I dodged a bullet with this one, I think.
You think?
Oh, they're getting laid.
Dude, this is what it's like to be Soul. This is fucking awesome.
Soul, there's someone behind.
When everyone else is having weird, awkward trauma, and you're just off getting laid.
You're getting some weird, awkward trauma, too.
Alright, Soul, you feel a hand kind of scratch you on the top of the head.
Soul raises their head from their temple rubbing and looks up. Huh?
You see Grow wearing a towel, looking down at you and smiling.
Hi.
Hi.
Soul moves over to let him in.
He gets into the water next to you.
And Soul kind of scooches back to sit to him real close.
Has Vera even seen Grow since he got shot?
No. He,
What?
At my estate,
right. Okay, the
dude.
estate. Gotcha. Completely forgot. It was a hard time.
I understand. Soul rests their head on Grow's shoulder and looks a little more at ease.
He's holds you closely and whispers that he's missed you a lot.
Vera looks confused. How did he get here?
Magic.
Okay.
Magic don't gotta explain shit.
Yeah, he teleports when he wants to travel around. She lifts up a wine bottle and kind of mimics it flying through the air.
As you can see, Karis has been enjoying wine, and our new friend. You haven't met him. Grow, this is Petrie.
Petrie, what an interesting name. And he kind of blinks a couple times. What an interesting person.
Petravian. Most people call me Petra, but you may call me Petrie if you'd like.
Sure, Petra. He offers
Did he just fart in the middle of
Yeah,
that
apparently that was
sentence?
a weird snorting and farting. So he offers a hand to shake.
Petrie has 2 wine bottles in his hand and he's this one's empty. Hucks it behind him and shakes Grow's
Soul
hand.
watches this bottle fly in the air and then shatter.
You know, people are barefoot out here, Petrie.
You know people own this place, right, Petrie? People who look like your friend with long ears, golden eye. Just saying.
They're saying they own this place.
What? Who owns this place?
They're gonna
Soul.
fucking kick you out, man.
Soul continues to rub their temples again.
Karis rolls their eyes and begins work on the next bottle of wine.
They stock really good wine.
2 down,
You're
2 to
welcome.
go.
2 to go. Oof.
Yeah, I'm about at 4 bottles a night if I need to. So that's a lot, isn't it?
Well, remember, Karis, you're drinking for me tonight, remember?
That's right. And she starts drinking even harder.
That's not healthy.
And
Oh,
they're
come
drinking for
on.
2. So you gotta drink double.
Oh, you're trying to kill her now too?
Soul just like looks anxious again. Ooh,
I don't have my hammer right now. So I
Petrie!
couldn't kill anybody if I wanted
Stop
to.
talking! Stop talking! Stop talking!
I don't
You
think
need to shut the fuck up.
Karis says something under her breath and then laughs.
Can I try to hear it?
Oh yeah, you can make a perception
Same.
check if you want to try to hear it.
I
yeah.
would like to hear that too.
Okay,
That
I definitely
is
did.
a
I got a 32.
Nat 20, 35.
Okay, in that
17
case,
for-
okay. So in that case, only Vera and Soul hear it. So I'm just going to do this real quick. Hello.
Hi.
So she mumbles under her breath. That's not the only hammer he has.
Ew.
She's drunk.
There
I
you
can't
are.
even know. Damn.
God damn you, Petrie.
It was,
Soul looks grossed out.
I'm just gonna go fucking do drugs and be in like, things that are different than this.
it was super integral to the story.
Yeah, that's it.
So here we are, a bunch of idiots.
Yep. Bunch of
We're in a
idiots in a
circle.
pool.
Getting drunk.
Yep, with the world ending soon.
Might as well.
I may as well. We are going into another world, so
Yeah, we
Mhm.
kind of need to let loose a little.
Yeah.
right, Lovette?
She sure is. Soul kisses Grow on the cheek and smiles at him while they're rolling their eyes at everyone.
Gro just holds you and leans his head on top of yours.
That
Happy
is so
cuddles.
nice.
So is there a reason Gro's here?
I invited him.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, when you left to get your scythe, I called him. I just wanted to see him. Tomorrow's a special day.
Is he coming with?
Oh, he needs to protect the village while I'm away, and I don't want him to get hurt. And Soul squeezes Grow's hand.
I don't want you to get hurt either.
Join the party.
I mean, we already talked about that.
I know. I'll be safe because of you.
I'll do what I can. You know that.
I do.
I don't know why you're so concerned. He seemed to be able to handle the ogres pretty well.
It's just in case, so that there's someone at the village in case.
We will make it, so.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's more amusing that the more everyone's like, it'll be fine, the worse Soul feels
Yeah.
about this whole situation. Like, I think Soul just needs to vent, and everyone's like, oh no, we're gonna be fine. We have to do it anyways. And Soul's like, yep, we have to do it. Like, there's a panic attack coming.
So, Gro will continue cuddling with Soul, and Karis will continue drinking themselves into an early grave.
Vera will be shaking her head.
And I'm going to have
Why?
Karis start to make fort saves. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. So, the evening will stretch on for as long as you would all care it to. But eventually, Karis is going to knock out both bottles of wine that she was carrying, and she's going to ask if anyone wants anything while she's getting more.
Really, you're getting more. How many have you had?
Well, that was my third bottle, but I want to have at least one more.
You don't think that's unsafe?
No,
Like, what's her
I
hands
mean-
on her head? Why?
I'm...
Why does that not sound unsafe to you?
What do you mean? We're not going right now. I have time to sober up, okay?
You're gonna
Yeah.
You're gonna feel terrible in the morning, or you're going to be dead.
Remember when we were going to Phase Warren and I got really sick the day before? The day of. I got really sick. But it was funny.
You ruined my half mask.
No, it's filled with glitter right now.
It's vomit. So it was vomit.
It smells good. It's fine. You didn't want it back, you said.
There's vomit in it.
I can clean it. You never asked.
Karis
Shakily.
shakily stands up and turns to leave the pool and kind of like pauses slightly in front of Petravian to sort of like pose a little bit before
Oh my
keeping
gosh.
walking.
Soul looks embarrassed.
Gro is
That's
like,
my sister.
what is going on with your friend?
Look, Soul like gestures to the wall and then goes and swims underneath it, hoping he'll follow. Look, Karis has a crush on Petravian.
Yeah, that's obvious, but
Yeah.
does she normally get... I mean,
This drunk? When she does drink? Yes.
isn't she kind of dangerous?
She's fine. It makes her happy and, you know, good to let loose a little bit before big events happen, I guess.
Alright, seems like this is a bad idea.
Well, it's not like we can touch her to stop her.
I suppose you're right. So, Petravian,
Yeah.
coming around the corner, you see Karis carrying another bottle of wine, and she's sort of tugging at the cork to get it out, and she kind of stumbles around the corner and looks up at you. Oh, hey.
Would you like a hand with that?
She gets like a big dumb smile on her face. Yeah.
Petravian grabs the bottle and bites the top and pops that off.
She says, I want you to have the first drink, okay?
Aw, they're inadvertently kissing.
Of course. Takes a nice long tug and hands it off.
Okay. You hand her the bottle. She takes a nice long drink, and then she takes a look at you, and she leans in and attempts to kiss you.
Oh my god.
And he goes for it too.
I need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh
Let's see how this goes.
no! I've got goosebumps.
Ready? Oh no.
Not one.
Oh boy.
That is a nat 1.
With a 13 adjusted. With a 13 adjusted.
Yeah.
You've had how many nat ones just today?
Like 4.
Just 2, but it was your first roll. Now you got another one.
And now your last one.
Yep.
It's a 13 adjusted. A 13 adjusted.
Alright, so, Petravian, you suddenly, like your vision suddenly goes dark. Like, you suddenly, it's like you're struck blind for some reason. And your sense of balance is all wrong. And the next thing you know, like, you open your eyes and you can see again, and you're on your back on the ground.
I knew she was a knockout.
You hear crying. You also are unable to get up. You can only taste blood in your mouth. The rest of you can also hear crying because Karis is not being quiet.
Okay, Mama Bear time.
Vera will run over.
Soul swims under and runs up. What happened? Oh
Okay,
my god.
so the scene before you is you see Petravian laying in a pool of his own blood. It appears that he is bleeding from his eyes, nose, ears, mouth, fingernails, toenails, and probably any other orifice on his body. I will say he's taken about 45 points of damage.
This could not have gone better. This is amazing.
And Karis is about 10 feet away, sitting, like, holding her knees, like, rocking back and forth and, like, angry crying.
Vera, heal him. I got this.
What?
Heal him! Soul goes up to Karis. Hey.
I'm sorry!
I know, it's okay.
So Vera will go over Petravian's body. Her hand becomes slightly like luminescent, and he punches him in the sternum, casting Cure Serious Wounds.
Oh, fucking perfect. Please roll the heal on Cure Serious Wounds. 3d8 plus 8.
Tritra says, oh god.
Whew.
That was
20.
20.
Alright, you heal Petravian for 20 hit points and the bleeding effect stops.
Oh, wow, she's a good kisser.
Shut up.
Karis, it's okay. He's okay.
What happened?
She kind of comes to and she sees that like people are like looking at her and she's like, I have to go. She like immediately like gets up and stumbles. She's too drunk to really run away, but she kind of like
Bounces
stumbles
off walls and such.
Yeah, she's kind of like stumbling and like bracing herself against rocks and things, and she goes into the private baths.
I'm gonna follow her. You take care of him. I'll be right back.
What did you do?
We kissed.
And
Once.
that's what happened? That's what caused this?
I said she was a great kisser. Knocked me flat on my ass.
Vera just spits on the ground.
That's the correct answer.
He doesn't think anything bad happened.
I just think you're lying.
Let's do a sense motive then.
Lying in a pool of your own blood, bitch.
Why? Here's
shit.
the question. Why would Vera use sense motive when she wants it to be your fault?
Yeah, Vera blames you.
Well.
Nothing more Vera than that.
What are Karis and Soul?
So Karis is shakily trying to like breathe and cry at the same time, and
Soul's like sitting at the edge of the pool just watching her.
she has like her hands on the sides of her head. She's like, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. It's okay.
No, it's not okay. It's never going to be okay.
I know. But maybe after this is all over and we get those removed, maybe it will.
I don't know. I just don't know.
None of us ever know.
Thank you for being here, but I'd like to be alone for a while.
I understand.
She kind of like draws herself back into a corner and just kind of like is hugging her knees.
And Soul walks out and looks at
Petravian.
Petrie.
Petra's is like leaning very heavily onto the rocks, trying to move forward.
Oh, I know you're not planning on coming into this room right now, right?
Where'd she go?
She's spending some alone time right now, because that's what she needs.
What happened?
You touched her.
And?
Has she not told you that people can't touch her? Or
Yeah.
has she?
She told me that she didn't like to be touched.
Okay, this is my second time this week asking you, are you stupid?
She leaned in to kiss me.
Soul bites their lip. Look,
All I know is I kissed her, and then I'm flat on my ass.
yeah, it happens.
I've never been kissed like that before.
That's great. I don't really want to know your kissing history.
What's happening here?
Him and Karis kissed, and then he got boo-booed.
What happened in between the kiss and the moon? I'm not gonna say boo boo. It's alright.
It's me, it's fine.
Joke's on you, you just did.
Well, Petrie, why...
Why what?
Actually, Vera, I don't understand what you're asking.
Why are you like this?
Why'd I have to help the giant off of the ground?
Because he was bleeding!
I could see that.
We don't want him to die. We need him at least to, like, buffer our lives while we're in a different world.
Why is he bleeding?
Because he kissed Karis!
How does that make sense?
Oh, you don't know.
What?
Oh. People can't touch Karis, Vera, because stuff like that happens.
Stuff like what?
You almost just died. Shut the fuck up, Petrie.
What?
Look, it's the symbols on her body. They're doing something that makes her hurt people on accident. She doesn't mean to.
I assume not.
Okay, well, that's it. Plain and simple. And it's really hard on her. All she wants, I think, is a hug and maybe a kiss. Soul gestures to Petrie. And she can't help but hurt others around her, and it's really affecting her. She's trying not to touch people, but I guess being a boozed up brain, sometimes you make dumb decisions.
I just thought she didn't like being touched.
No, I think more than anything, she does want to. She can't. Most of the time she doesn't let herself think that way. She's so young and this affects her so much.
So you're saying this because of the tattoos, the markings on her?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
if they were put on, like, we were able to remove the markings off of rocks and that, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to remove them from her body.
It's so
She wants her sister to come back first before they're removed.
Petra's not really listening. He just has this very steeled look on his face, looking completely straight past Soul to the door. He's going to... What's that?
Don't you dare try to overpower me.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to
dude,
try to
don't.
sidestep you.
Oh my god.
Vero,
His-
can I use a
his-
trip ability?
You can come and maneuver,
heart-
yeah.
His heart wants it what it wants.
20.
Yeah,
So
right?
my turn?
So
Kick him with his chin.
you try to trip him, but he's actually so big of a guy that even like putting Mellifera's sting under him and trying to like grab his foot is not enough to like knock him off his balance. Now's where Soul can assist.
Okie dokie, artichoke. 15.
Okay, well that's enough to assist. So that's going to give a 2-point bonus to Vera, which puts the total roll to 22, which is what
I
they need.
assume while tripping him, Soul puts their arm on his shoulder, puts him down, and like brings his arm back behind him.
I don't know if you can quite do that much. You
Wait a damn it.
I think the both of you working together are just enough to knock him down, and that's about it. So, like, you knock him down and are able to kind of, like, stand over him. But he
The
was...
hell do you think you're doing?
I can't stress this enough. He was hard to knock over.
Only just.
Soul's like leaning over him. The hell do you think you're doing?
I love her.
You're disgusting.
Ooh.
You've known her for a week.
I want her to know that I'm okay.
She knows you're okay. She saw you stop bleeding thanks to Vera punching your chest, which I feel like should have been harder at this point.
waving the hand.
Vera, roll a d4, please.
Is Grove just like watching all of this? Just
Yeah,
like,
he's just watching
you
all of this.
people are horrifyingly dysfunctional.
Why is the world resting on these people's shoulders? The fuck is going on?
You were sent here by the Council of Eden to assist us, not to seduce my little sister. So you need to back the fuck up.
Just imagine them leaning back as this, like, my little sister.
Look, I don't care if you like her. I think it's great if you want to have a relationship, but don't do this while you're both drunk. Just go fucking clear your head and talk it out tomorrow after you've had some time alone, please.
You're growing up so fast.
I do wish to help her.
That's great. Go to bed.
What a night this spa visit has turned into.
This is the worst relaxing spa ever.
This is what happens
worst.
when you
This
I'm
is
so
kind of how
happy.
they go.
I'm so
This
happy.
is what happens when you invite Vera into spas.
No, you were great.
Not about
Is anything happening on Lovette's end, by the way, now that Grem's here?
Hey, welcome back, Grem. So, over in Moira's house, I'm assuming things have been progressing as normal.
Well, going into Moira's room is kind of a really weird, nerve-wracking experience for Lovette right now.
Mm.
She gets real shaky, real uncomfortable.
Moira's gonna, run her hand on your face and be like, stop being silly. That's all in the past.
This little feels kind of flushed to me.
It's okay now. You fixed it. That's what's important. I feel alive. I feel better than alive. It's all thanks to you.
Yeah, I guess so.
The bedclothes have been freshly laundered in anticipation of Moira's return. So there's no, corpse must on them. She opens up the windows to the rest of the city. Can you smell that? That beautiful whaler cog air? And look, you can
It's distinct.
see the automatons walking through the streets. It's perfect.
I did school. I miss those guys.
Are you hungry?
I guess.
Good. I am famished. She's like, wait right here. She runs out of the room. She comes back with a few minutes later with a big tray of different foods that she's scarfed from the kitchen. And they were sort of just haphazardly thrown onto a tray, which has got different cheeses and preserved meats. Meat.
You already had an appetite since you got your energy back, Moira.
I mean, we've been working through a lot of calories. She says, kind of laughing.
Yes, that's true. It's good workout. Oh, and the honey too. It's really helping.
Do you have any of that left?
Oh, yeah, I have a little bit more here.
Could I see it?
Yeah, I'll pull it out.
She opens the top and smells it, tastes a little bit of it, and then she's going to probably keep it for later. She's going to set it next to the bed.
Okay. She's trying to get ripped now that she can move and shit.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, so she's going to have an evening with you where she's going to reminisce a little bit about the past, eat various assorted meats and cheeses on a tray with crackers, and then definitely drag you into that bed.
Lovette is kind of not making the first moves, but very constantly holding Moira close and just being very physically affectionate before they get too rowdy, even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems that Moira's is taking the physical affection as a gateway to more carnal activity.
Nice.
She seems less interested in cuddling.
Well, that's a little taken aback, but
Yeah, it's like she's making up for lost time or something. You have no
Yeah.
idea.
that's kind of how Lovette feels right now. I gotta get a lot of shit out of my system.
All right.
Beardy, for clarification's sake, Petra and Karis, conversations on the ship.
Yes.
Would it have come up Karis's childhood?
Yeah, she's kind of an open book about that shit. She kind of talks about it when she's not really thinking about anything else. So she most likely would have told you that she grew up in a weird cult and that she can't touch anybody. Which is, honestly, I'm surprised that Vera didn't know that somehow.
She has missed it every single time. It's so amazing.
I mean, even in combat?
Vera assumed that Karis used a spell on the ogres.
Okay.
No, it was to clarify why Petra cares so much for Karis.
Sure, okay. I mean, people can fall for each other fast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's...
Is Soul
yeah,
gonna
I
be
mean,
okay with this?
If we're gonna be real, it also didn't take about a week for Lovette to fall for Soul.
Like a day.
Oh, that was 2
Right.
days.
So back to Petrie being on this ground over here with Soul looking real pissed. Vera not much better either.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
Well, it all started when I kissed this one girl. Petrie. And Soul, holds their hand down to help him up. Go to bed tonight, okay?
Let her know, though.
You let her know tomorrow.
No, let her know that I'm fine. Let her know that it's not her fault. But
I can tell her that, but she won't believe me.
Let her know that I have 2 hammers.
The hammer is my penis.
The other hammer is my penis. That's also a good name for an episode.
Soul points to their left to direct Petrie to go into the men's side.
I do this with great reservation and frustration.
Gro rolls his eyes.
He goes, jumps in the hot tub, drinks the rest of the second bottle. Because, of course, he did not drop that.
He did not drop the bottle?
He did not drop that bottle. No, sir.
That's
But
sign
he
of
sure did
alcoholism.
He is a good legionnaire.
Well, this is a more eventful evening than I expected.
I am so sorry, Crow.
Well, it's all right. Do you need to go and talk to Karis?
Just really quick, and then I'll be right out, okay?
Of course. I'll be waiting for you.
And Soul, gets on their tippy toes and gives him a kiss on his cheek.
He gives, a squeeze of your hand and lets you go.
And Soul goes back inside and goes on the edge of the bath that Karis is in. Hey, kiddo.
Hey,
How you feeling?
I've been better.
Yeah. He's doing okay.
That's good.
Yep, he says it's not your fault. And then I said I'd tell you because he insisted on it. So there's that. He's not mad at you, okay?
Yeah, but I'm mad at me.
I know.
Stupid.
You're not stupid.
I just thought
You want
that...
to talk?
No, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought that maybe this time would be different. I don't know.
Soul kind of wades into the pool. Sits diagonally from Karis. Well, he's obviously still not, or ever was, mad at you. In fact, all he wanted to do was come in here and make sure you were okay.
I don't know if I can face him again. It's just...
Well, he wants to face you. Will you be okay with that?
It's not fair to him.
I don't think he cares, to be honest. Notably, he was saying that's the best kiss he ever had, so,
Is it weird that I don't even remember it?
You are really drunk, honey.
Yeah, drinking for 2. I should go to bed.
Okay. Is there anything I can do before you go to bed, or...?
I'm sorry about my tattoos. She just
It's
sort
not
of
your
says
fault,
in
Karis.
passing as she walks past you.
That's not your fault at all, Karis. Don't... And Soul kind of, goes around the corner to, kind of follow slightly behind. Don't ever apologize for being yourself. You're amazing.
She has not stopped crying since this started.
Oh, baby.
So she grabs a towel and puts it on and heads out this way, bracing herself against the wall with her right arm as she goes.
Sweet dreams.
You too, okay?
I'm gonna kill that boy. Soul leaves
So,
the room.
meanwhile, so Vera,
Yes,
how's things?
things are going.
You have to interact with an elf. That
Yep.
isn't Soul.
I'm glad to see that you decided to actually come into the spa this time.
Is it that great?
I mean, what do you think of the water?
It's not what I'm used to.
It's pretty
Thanks,
comfortable
sir.
though, right?
It is.
Just, relax a little bit, right?
Everyone tells me that.
You seem really tense all the time, I guess.
There's a lot to do.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying that tonight is not the night to do them. Tonight's a night to relax. It might be the last chance you have to do relaxing for a while. Soul
I
really
don't-
trusts all of you a lot.
I am glad. We're all facing this together. I just don't really do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit disconcerting to see you just sitting there sharpening a scythe.
It deserves care.
I understand, but it's just a little menacing when the rest of us are trying to relax.
I'm not going to attack anyone.
I mean, I think your group has a bit of a poor track record when it comes to accidentally attacking me.
That was not my fault.
I can't do shit.
Marcus laughs from the grave.
I know it wasn't your fault specifically, but still, I think that you can put it down for one night, right?
I'd rather not.
No? Fine. Suit yourself.
I will.
He sits back and relaxes against the rock. Go ahead.
Vera will stop sharpening and just retract the scythe portion.
Petrie is currently changing out of his bath towel into clothes, I guess.
Yeah, he gonna
Right.
find something. Petrie is gonna go get dressed, leave his plate, but take his hammer with him.
What the fuck?
Hey, the second one? Haha, the same joke. Third
Yay,
time.
Still funny.
same joke.
Still funny. What time is it right now?
It's probably close to 1 a.m.
Is a late night boy.
So it's now officially the holiday.
Oh, it is officially the holiday, isn't it? It's the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Petra
Yay.
goes to the front desk and asks, I need to get a flower, if you don't mind.
What sort of flowers? There's not really much in bloom in February.
Also
Just
in
need
the
a
steam
rose.
pile.
I mean, actually, we're on the steam aisle. It's February, but we're on the steam aisle. He's thinking he can go get something that would be a little bit more permanent.
Yeah, doesn't
He'll
everyone
wait.
want a Clockworks rose? I mean, come on.
Petra was going to go out and get a metallic rose.
It's 1 a.m.
I understand that. He's going to wait till the morning.
Okay.
So, to
Oh,
that
true.
end, he's going to go to bed. He's going to pause in front of the door, want to knock, and then just go to bed.
Alright, Soul comes back out after having a conversation with Karis. And how are Gro and Vera looking?
Uncomfortable on Vera's side.
Gro is actually kind of like looks a little satisfied.
Okay.
He's just sort of got
Can
a
I
smile
sense
on his
motive?
face. Sure.
16.
He seems happy about something, but you're not sure what.
Hi guys.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Karis went to bed.
Good. She needs it.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't feel too cruddy in the morning.
Well, I'm sure she'll be okay. She seems to drink quite a bit whenever I see her, at least.
Yeah.
Not necessarily healthy.
I suppose I'm a bad influence?
No, honey, no, you're fine. Don't say that.
It was sarcasm. So,
So,
I have...
Soul looks over at Vera.
I'll get out of here.
No, you don't have to go. In fact, I had a few questions for you.
Oh?
That's never typically good.
It's alright, I'm not... I don't bite. I wanted to ask you about what happened at the estate.
Soul looks horrified.
When he says that, Vera looks a bit freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Well, back when you were visiting, there was, well, that incident that happened during the day. With
Vera seems to relax a little bit.
it
It was
and I understand that mostly why everything went down the way it did, and I want you to know I'm not angry at you, and no one's upset at you for any of this. So I understand that I'm not trying to judge you for anything. I guess I just wanted to get to know why you felt that way.
I didn't want anyone to know. I didn't know how people were going to react if they knew who I was.
I mean, you're surrounded by friends. We all know who you are.
Friends who thought I was human.
I mean,
Soul shrugs.
Gro scratches the back of his head. I mean, I never thought you were human.
I mean, I never really talked with you, Gro.
Well,
Vera seems very uncomfortable.
were you going to ask her questions like you
Said you were going to, or are you just telling her things?
well, no, I guess I just wanted to understand the reason why everything went down. But if it's uncomfortable, I'll retract my question.
What did happen?
I guess Lovette and Karis wanted me to take another bath or something. So they lied to me and said that they wanted to show me a apiary room or something.
They did
Oh,
what?
no.
And
We don't even have an apiary room.
I know.
I know that now.
We should get an apiary room.
Should we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always wonderful.
I mean, Vera would be happy to visit them.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Just the two of them going off on a random thing.
And they locked me in the room, and Lovette tried to take off my hood. It's not necessarily their fault, though. They didn't know.
And then you use stone shape to encase Lovette into the floor.
What?
You encase Lovette into the floor, and then I had the help chisel her out.
Vera's face is blank. What are you talking about?
Well, someone had to use stone shape to encase Lovette in the floor. It had to have been you. Karis doesn't know that.
Vera's just kind of silently just thinking in their head.
And why would Karis encase Lovette in marble anyways? It was really funny, actually.
Well, that's gonna get the sudden inclination to never come back to the group.
No, but you work for me, though.
Well, not yet. I gotta pass the interview.
I went back in to get my hood.
Oh, yeah, they took care of it after Mother called everyone to dinner.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, you did it with the trees, or the door, I should say, before. You know, you did the wood thingy. You can shape thingies. I've seen you move stuff. It's the most amazing thing. Of course it had to be you.
I didn't know I could.
Well,
It never really worked before.
maybe when you're really stressed out, it works?
Maybe. That's when the last time
Soul raises their eyebrows.
nothing.
I think you should believe in yourself more, because obviously you've done some really cool stuff.
Maybe. If I can, hopefully I can use it for others instead of just myself. Vera just kind of looks down. I'll leave the two of you here.
Okay. You tired?
I should get to bed. It takes me longer to sleep than you.
Hmm.
Vera will transform into a... Let's see. Into a small... What's the size of a small...
Small's like a halfling.
Small giant water beetle.
Jesus.
And fly over to her armor
Mhm.
and pick it up and head back to the changing room, change back, and go to sleep.
So,
Yeah, girl. What's up?
he looks up at the stars. I think it's after midnight.
It is.
You know what that makes it?
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's an awful shame that on a day like today, your friend has this kind of problem accepting themselves.
I know. But I'm hoping with time she'll grow and she'll learn how amazing she is.
Help her, if you don't mind.
Of course. I'm always willing to help anyone with a good soul.
Girl has a good soul.
It's true. Yeah. I was thinking it too, but I wasn't going to say it. Oof. Okay.
Subtract. Speaking of today,
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to you real quick.
Sure.
So, Marcus has passed on.
Yeah.
I told you he was going to before we left.
He nods.
And I wanted to talk to you about how there was someone helping me through that process that I'm still not really 100% okay with.
Mm-hmm.
The spy that I hired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been helping me out, and you know how we talked about how I like people? And Soul makes a hand gesture in a
Mhm.
circle motion.
And you like the
General?
spy?
Yeah.
Gro kind of silently nods. Okay.
And I just wanted to make sure if that was okay with you.
I mean, you already explained the situation before.
But, well, yeah, but what if I'd like to be in a relationship with him, too, at the same time? Soul's starting to look more and more nervous.
You can see, like, a couple of wheels turned very quickly in his brain, and then he kind of nods. Things make a bit more sense now.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Are
it's...
you mad at me?
I wish you would talk to me before, but no, I'm not mad at you.
Soul looks a little more relaxed, and they go a little bit closer to Grow, but watching him to make sure, like, if he moved back or something.
And I'm not sure what else I need to do to make you know you can trust me completely.
Oh, shit. I do trust you, girl. I get scared and overwhelmed, but I think you're one of the most trustworthy people in this world. You're kind and generous and probably, like, the most perfect person who exists, to be honest. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Well, this spy's human, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean?
What do you think? What does it mean?
He probably doesn't care too much because he's gonna die.
Yeah, he's like, you're your pet.
Oh no. Do you have any questions for me? Or any weird things you need to tell me on this day of all days?
Do you feel safe with this person?
Yeah, I do.
And you trust them?
Yes.
Then I have no other questions.
Soul smiles. So it's really late, but...
Grem moves in, goes in for a kiss.
And there was a kiss back. Sorry guys, Soul's gonna assert their dominance today. I own the place.
No
I can do whatever the hell I want.
No one's going to stop me.
In that water.
It's probably good for the skin. I don't know.
Yeah, it's mineral water anyway. Whatever.
It's honey water now.
Whoa.
Does Vera sweat honey?
They probably are constantly like covered in it, slightly at least.
You're always
They
kind
are
of
literally
sticky.
Always
wearing,
kind of
like-
a little sticky, yeah.
Yeah.
They literally have hive armor. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
true. People,
I mean-
you're like, don't touch me. And people are like, whoa, whatever. Fucking
I mean,
fine. There, touch me now, bitch.
what's worse, the honey on her or the literal insects crawling on her at all times?
Yes.
Sounds all bad to me.
It sounds all wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Stop judging on this beautiful, wonderful holiday.
It was a wonderful holiday.
And this wonderful
Vera
holiday
should
about
appreciate
being
herself.
non-judgmental.
So, yeah, since Grow is pretty okay with it, Soul's gonna make his day pretty okay.
You know what I'm saying? Gonna take him out to McDonald's.
Maybe out to sushi, make him a good dinner.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
soul absorb grow.
I saw that. Holy shit.
Shut up, you losers.
Okay, so for the podcast, Soul just had sex with Grow.
I was gonna say that's Soul just ate Grow, but I mean,
the devil's tango.
same difference.
You would have been incorrect. I don't think that happened. Well, okay, maybe.
Part of
And a little bit harder in the water.
but
Grow is?
wow.
I'm all embarrassed!
Alright.
Alright, we're just gonna put them in bed.
There was one thing I wanted to talk to Moira about before we advance time.
Sure. Do you want to be
What is
in
it
a
for you
private,
too?
The other
private chat?
Yeah.
Go on.
After they've gone about their business for a bit and taken a break.
Oh yeah, and Moira totally uses that honey on herself.
Oh, jeez. Of course. Well, how long have we known each other?
All our lives?
Plenty of months, alright? This isn't lady lashing into anything.
I mean, are you unhappy?
No.
Well, then what's
No.
the problem?
No, nothing's a problem. I've been thinking about something and I want to ask you something.
What is it?
I want to ask you to marry me.
She kind of like goes a little pale in the face. Aren't you supposed to like have a ring or
I'm
something?
getting a little ahead of myself, I guess, but...
I mean, there's like, you're supposed to like ask my parents for permission. There's a whole...
This is
all-
Don't consider it a
What? Well, yes. She kind of talks in circles and then just starts kissing you. So time travels forward, and it is now the morning of the 15th of February, 9 a.m. It is Estrella Day.
Oh,
Petra will have gone in, got his armor on, went up to the front of the thing, and asked where he could get a metallic rose, and gone off try to get one.
Okay.
Before breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, before breakfast.
Okay. Gotcha. So that was early in the morning. I have one other thing I need to cover before we go further into the day. 1 second. Soul, guess what?
Another one?
Yup.
Oh, you slept again?
Yeah.
So it starts, and you're laying in bed, and you're cuddling someone. You think it's Grow. You wake up, and you're like cuddling them, but you realize they're like ice cold.
Am I the little spoon?
Yeah, you're the little spoon, so it's like the big spoon's behind you, but they're like very cold.
And I turn to look and see if he's okay?
You turn to look, and you see the corpse of Alec.
Can I scream?
Yeah, you can speak.
I can speak in this one.
You can speak in this one.
I scream and I get out of the bed. I'm against the wall.
You see that Alec has a single stab wound in like the center of his chest.
Oh shit! Corpse, as in like still skin there, or is this like?
And still skin there.
Okay. Can I check his pulse?
You walk over closer to him and you hear a voice from behind you. What's wrong?
I turn to look at whose voice was that?
Satellite Grow.
I turn to look at Grow.
You see Grow standing there. He's got a knife in his hand, and he's got blood splattered all over him.
Did you do this?
I did what I had to do.
Why? What did he do that was wrong? You said you were okay with this.
I had to protect us.
What? No, you said this was fine.
I had to protect you.
What did he do that was wrong for me?
It was the only way.
Who are you? You're not Grow.
The figure smiles, and you feel like this crawling sensation up your spine, and you wake up in a cold sweat. Grow is spooning you.
That's great. Soul looks really uncomfortable. They're like, I don't want to be touched right now, you know? Grow?
He's asleep.
What time is it?
It's probably close to 9 a.m., but you guys are up till like 2.
Soul's not going to be able to fall back asleep, so I guess they're just going to sit there and have an existential crisis for a little bit, I guess.
Alright, you don't want to try to wake him up?
No, I should. Like, a couple of minutes of them registering what the fuck just happened, at least.
Okay.
And they kind of turn and tap him on the shoulder. Hey.
His eyes kind of creak open. Good morning. He leans in to give you a good morning kiss.
Aw, Soul kisses him back. But they're really pale and obviously sweaty.
He doesn't notice yet. He's too sleepy.
Did you sleep well?
Mm-hmm. That was really nice. I missed you a bunch.
I missed you too. And this is the moment where Soul decides, let's not talk about that dream, actually. Just throw that thought out.
Just put that thought
in the back of your sack.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so he'll kind of just groggily cuddle with you until you're able to go to bed. Toss you back up into the main chat. So, that puts us to about 9 a.m. on the 15th of February. Petravian is out shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Karis gets changed back into her clothes and is now waiting out in the lobby for everyone else.
Vera wakes up on the floor, because how dare anyone assume that Vera would sleep on a bed.
Vera doesn't like beds?
It's too soft.
But what about the moss of a forest floor?
I mean, there's no back support there.
Marcus would have begged to differ, but okay.
Well, Marcus is dead, so...
Oh, shit.
Whoa, shit, asshole! He's only been dead like a week and a half, you prick!
8 days.
See, we're good.
8 days!
Body's still warm.
Christ.
So,
I guess Vera would wake up and look around, see 2 doors are open.
Mm-hmm. By the way, sorry, just to start, since today is a holiday, I do want to tell you what you guys know about today's holiday. It is Estrella Day. Typically, it is a day where people gather to celebrate the conquering power of love with gifts, games, and public declarations of relationships, both accepted and taboo. So that's the quick and dirty of the whole point of the day.
I guess Vera would see that the doors closed on souls.
Mm-hmm.
They go, they'll sleep.
D&D. Do
Weirdly.
not disturb.
Get out. Get out.
The door's right there.
Okay, I'll go out with my pumpkin Pete slippers.
Bye!
Bye.
Oh, fuck.
So I guess Vera will see Karis and just ask, are you doing okay?
Alright, you look at Karis, you see that Karis has gone probably 2 or 3 times over the norm as far as, like, prepping herself for the day. She looks very, very prim and put together. She's got her hair pulled back in a ponytail, and she just looks like she's all business today.
Oh, my baby.
You look
I'm
prepared.
well. I'm ready to go on the mission.
Good.
I have another world to get to, and I'm not sure what the challenges are, but I have a lot of spells prepped, so I think we should be alright.
There's a lot of versatility between all of us, so we should be fine.
I still think I maybe should have brought along some of the skeletons, but it's a bit too late for that now.
I mean, I guess there is one place that has a skeleton.
Well,
She
Don't
laughs.
you fucking dare.
She actually laughs. I'm not going back in that house.
It's alright.
Wait.
Is there somewhere else we could get skeletons?
I mean, I guess we could rob the graveyards.
Grave robbing adventure.
That's true. I mean, they're dead already. Is it better to have humanoid skeletons, or can you use animal skeletons too?
I can use animal ones too, I suppose, but I would probably rather have humanoid ones because they could use equipment like swords and shields and armor.
That makes sense. This would have been easier to do in the night.
It's okay. Like I said, it's probably too late to worry about this yet anyway. We need to go and see what we need to do to get this whole thing moving, I guess.
We could always find some, maybe in the other world.
That's true. There might be some there. I'm not sure how long it's been, well, how it is the way it is now. It's possible everything's already decayed into dust, and that does me no good.
Well, if we see anything that actually is trying to harm us, we could always make them,
It's true.
Soul or Marcus or Lovette?
I was gonna ask.
Petra?
Yeah, he said Marcus. I think Vera should get a tick. But in any case,
I do not have ticks. Those are not insects.
Nice. Are they bugs?
Get your arachnid bullshit out of here.
Has Petra got his way back yet?
Yeah, it's an hour to town, so I figure if you got up at 6, you could get to town by 7, do your shopping, and get back by 9 o'clock. So you can be returning now with whatever you were attempting to buy, so we'll call it 3 gold pieces. Alright, so you walk back into the lobby of the spa, and you see Vera and Karis having a conversation.
Good morning.
Karis looks a little embarrassed at you and kind of gives you a crisp good morning with no emotion.
Vera just turns and stares. Classic
Excuse
Vera.
me, Miss Vera.
Yes?
I want you to know I had a lot of fun last night.
I didn't.
I choose to remember the fun.
I
hope...
Just stop, Petra. I almost killed you by accident. This... She looks at you and gestures a hand between the two of you. She's like, this can't happen.
I know.
We have a mission that's very serious that we need to focus on, okay? Maybe when this is all over, then we'll do something about this, okay? But I can't be distracted.
It's okay, but she does this.
Then you don't have to be distracted. We don't have to talk about this. This is a nice day. This is a special day. We don't have to talk about this now. Just know that I do care for you deeply. And he just takes the little metal rose. It's wrapped like a normal rose, but places it next to Karis. But you're right, we do have a mission to do. We'll talk soon.
She kind of just has a hard expression on her face.
He's gonna go freshen up.
She goes and sits down on the bench next to the flower and sort of looks at it, but doesn't touch it.
Is Soul out yet?
Soul just woke up, but I think Karis was gonna say something.
She was going to say how much longer until Soul's awake.
Vera's walking over to the door. Oh, so...
Oh, good morning, Vera. Sorry, I was up a little late.
Well, are you ready? We should probably find Lovette.
Yeah, let's go get her. I'm sure she had a good night.
Probably?
Probably. Hopefully.
I mean, she's with Moira, so I assume so.
Yeah, I just really hate that kid.
Damn.
Woo!
Woo!
Alright.
Sorry, it's the way I cope with things.
I can't blame you for it.
You're the only one I can say stuff like that to, Vera, so sorry.
It's fine.
Petra's gonna grab a couple of wine bottles for the road.
You're taking some from the road? That is rude.
That is rude.
Fuck him.
It's my bathhouse!
No, he wants to take it for the road for everyone to share.
Alright, we ready to go, Vera?
I assume so. Where the hell did Petra go?
You're kidding me.
Good morning.
Both of them just glare at Petra.
You mean the 3 of them?
Oh yeah, baby.
Wait, Grow is joining in this?
Yep.
Joining in on this?
Really? Grow too.
My bro!
He ain't even part of this shit.
We're heading out to go get Lovette.
Yeah.
So they'll head out to
Extra leave.
get Lovette.
Okay, so as everyone leaves the building, I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
That is a 28 on Vera's part.
28.
There's a 9 on...
Excellent.
On,
Cool.
32
on Soul. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to move Petra to the other room. As you guys leave, you notice a metal flower on a bench
Aww.
Ooh.
was left
Ooh.
out there.
Oh my god, the one person.
That it matters for.
Yup, the one person that it mattered to know. So, so Karis
Soul
left it
doesn't
behind.
even know. It's just like, oh, poor... Wait,
Yeah.
can I pick it up?
If you want,
Soul
sure.
doesn't know.
Yeah, if you thought oh, that's weird, someone left this here. Yeah, you can pick it up.
Yeah, I'll pick it up and put it in my sack.
Sweet. All right. Okay. Go ahead and add in your inventory. Add an item called metal flower.
Okay.
Okay. And moving it back in. So the party is gathered up outside the spa, and you are ready to travel out of there and go back to Whalercog to find Lovette.
Ta-da! Alright.
We did it.
We did it! Amazing. Alright.
I guess we're knocking on the O'Brien's house, right?
Yeah. Karis refuses to go near the front door, as you might expect, which puts you guys, by the way, at 10 a.m. It's an hour walk to go from the spa to the city. So you get to the O'Brien estate, and who's knocking on the front door?
I guess I will.
Brave. All right.
I mean, Vera can, too.
Yeah, Vera, you can do it.
Pam, 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 pam!
A moment later...
Strength check.
Jesus.
Oh, God. Grem, you there?
Yeah.
20.
Okay. Nice. All right, you bang on the door, and it's loud. A moment later, you see Moira's mother open the door and greet the lot of you. She says she'll go and fetch Moira and Lovette for you.
I mean, just Lovette's fine.
We're going to see the Vizier, so...
Yeah.
All right. Moira's mother knocks on the door to Moira's room, and I don't know if the two of you are awake by 10 a.m.
I would assume so.
Okay. In that case, you hear a knock at the door if you're still even in that room.
I guess Lovette will... Well, she's gonna get dressed and turn to Moira.
Moira's getting dressed as well.
I'll be back.
I know it.
Yeah, but see you along. I'm good to take care of some things.
Oh, I'm gonna see you off. She puts on some simple clothes, probably a nightgown or some shit, and walks with you down to the lobby of the house. And before you guys have to go, if anyone wants breakfast,
Oh, your mother's biscuits and gravy are unreal.
she just starts nodding. Yeah, they are. They're unreal. I am famished. So, does anyone have time to have a nice breakfast before you have to go?
Look.
Karis doesn't really want to go inside, guys.
I mean, just make it fast.
Okay, that's a yes.
All right. So the O'Briens go and whip up some sausage and gravy and biscuits.
Yeah, it's the good stuff.
And it's the good stuff. They know what they're doing.
Ew.
It's fantastically delicious.
Nom 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 nom.
How's
Moira's
Moira eating?
Moira's inhaling them.
I'll bring some out for Karis.
Aw.
Oh, I was actually gonna do the same.
Karis thanks Vera, because Vera got it first. And eats them
There's
as
a
well.
small little powwow outside of the house.
Yeah, I figured that I probably passed Vera on my way out.
What?
Kelly's taking care of?
Oh, yeah, I just got her some. Do you think they want the plate back?
Yes, I think so.
Alright.
Waste not, want not.
As the party gathers to leave, Moira is going to go up to Lovette and plant one more deep kiss and say, and hurry back, okay?
Soul covers their eyes.
Yeah. We can't believe it.
Alright, the party turns and leaves the O'Brien estate and heads down the main drag of Whalercog toward the Castle of the Gnome Lord, which is actually really close to the O'Brien estate. Go ahead and reveal that pin. So the party heads to the Castle of the Gnome Lord, which is a fairly decent looking building. It's got, pretty tall towers, and it definitely has a lot of clockwork built into the structure itself. There's a lot of pipes and cogs moving around and pipes belching out various amounts of steam and black smoke. The building's imposing looking and covered in a lot of ash and soot, like most of the structures in the city.
So
There are clockwork guards all over that building.
Are they designed like Archie?
No, they're an older design. They actually look like this.
It looks scary. I don't like it.
Oh God.
I'm not
Can
getting
you describe it verbally, though?
Sure. So they're about 8 feet tall. They're extremely broad at the shoulders. Their head's actually lower than their shoulder level. They have a massive cog coming out of the back of their shoulder blades on their back. They carry a massive shield on their right arm, and they carry a huge halberd-looking weapon in their left arm. But they look like they are designed for war. They're very, very heavy looking.
Looks like there's runes on the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
Yeah, they have all kinds of magic worked into them as well. So these are some very advanced clockwork beings based on the amount of magic worked into them as well. So these are definitely expensive clockwork. These are royal guards.
Not the most advanced.
So, Lovette, how do we get in?
Yeah, this is your place. You should go in first.
Yeah, you know how to do this, right?
Just like, I do not want to be by these things.
Have we gotten my name cleared officially with it all?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put my own with.
Oh, it's too late. We're here. Soul starts pushing Lovette.
Okay.
State your business.
To speak with the Vizier.
Yeah, here to see Vizier Nandan.
Name.
Soul looks at Lovette.
Lovette, Seigneur Smikini Button.
Accessing. Access granted. The Clockwork Guardian turns and some sort of like noise comes out of it. Like you're not sure if it has like pipes or some sort of musical instrument built inside the chassis. You see sprays of steam come out of its back and a sound is played, and the castle sort of shifts and opens up. An archway appears that wasn't there before. The walls themselves move out, revealing a way into a courtyard. So, the party has walked into the courtyard of the castle, and it's late morning. There's a lot of automatons around guarding. There's lots of plumes of steam and other strange gases coming out of the building. And a door will open up, and a couple of gnomes will walk out. What do you want?
Oh shoot, what exactly is it that we need from him? We need to speak with Vizier Nandan.
Come on. They lead you into a twisting labyrinth of hallways, all of which are built specifically for people that are size category small. So it's not easy to get in and around in there.
Oh, God.
You eventually find your way into a workshop area, at least a place that you think is a workshop. There are scattered tools and devices and scrap everywhere. And in the back of the room at a bench, you see a gnome cursing under his breath as he's working on a few various objects.
Oh, he looks delightful.
The gnomes that brought you in there clear their throat and say, "You have guests." The gnome working at the workbench sets his tools down and looks up. "What is it? Who are you? What do you want?"
Friends of Matilda?
She sent us here.
Oh, you're those guys.
Yeah, you're her pen pal.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I suppose I'm a rather important gnome.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Ah,
Soul goes up.
He flips his hand at you. Enough of that. I don't need anyone to butter my biscuits.
But I like biscuits.
I made an automatic butter biscuiter. You sure? He points at like a wreck over in the corner. It worked for about 7 minutes. It's a new record. Now, a lot of you need to get to another world, which is a challenge that I think is worthy of me. So, a while ago, I drew up schematics for such a thing. Called it the World Borer. A drill that could harness the energy of pure, unrefined MacGuffinite and use it to rip a hole through one world to the next. They called me mad, which, he shrugs. I suppose they're right. But I built it anyway, and it's been sitting dormant in another storage room for about 6 years.
But what if you already had MacGuffinite and Soul takes the MacGuffinite out of their pouch?
Oh.
He rubs his hands together. Well, with a shard that size, I think I could power the entire contraption for about, 8 hours?
Oh, shit. Alright.
So we don't need to take the clip back to Drachem to use the machine. Use it here.
Well, I mean, unless you want to haul it back to Daraham for, sentimental reasons. But it's here if you want to use it. Like I said, it's been gathering dust for a couple of years now.
Alright, well, I'm sure I can work with the machine.
You? He points at a screwdriver at you. I think not, friend. It's my contraption. You will be loaded into the front of it with the drills. I mean, you do intend to go to this other world, don't you?
How do we intend to get back afterward?
Well, the portal will be open for 8 hours.
So we just walk through it?
You walk through it like a door, and when you're done, you walk back through it like a door. I know that might seem complicated to one such as yourself, but I'm sure you can handle it.
Vera just gives this blank, unamused stare.
And you thought elves were bad.
Yes.
Grow chuckles. Now, let me see that MacGuffinite.
Soul hands it over, I guess.
He puts on, these really heavy-duty mitts, and then takes it from you.
That's becoming more and more concerning now.
Wow, this is a nice haul of MacGuffinite. All right, come on this way. He walks you down a hallway and takes you to a storage room that is about, well, for a gnome, it's about waist deep in trash and scrap. But in the back of said room is a large device that looks like a enormous drill machine. It's got a bunch of drill mounts on the front of it, and it's got a control mechanism in the back with a bunch of levers and rods and buttons and switches. So, is this as good as any place, or would you like to move this to some fancy place to use it?
I mean, I don't see why we would waste the time.
Yeah, let's just do it here, and then we'll come back here, and then, I don't know, go wreck our shit, I guess.
He shrugs. Sure, whatever you say.
But Viziel is still not done, so...
What? What are you jibber-jabbing about?
I just...
Enunciate!
Viziel?
Yes, that's my title.
Yes, I had a question for you.
The name's Nanton.
Yes.
I go by either.
You know my grandfather, no? Desmond, bikini board one?
He squints for a second. Desmond. Oh, Desi! Yeah, I remember Desi.
Ah, yes. He
was a real shit.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
I mean that in an endearing way. He kept me on my toes, old Desi. Always had an interesting thing to say about an invention or two.
He sure did. He sure does.
So what? You the granddaughter?
Yes.
You're not a gnome, though, are you? Something else crept in there.
Soul looks offended.
That's fine. We all have shortcomings here and there. And for you, I suppose it's a tall coming? Long coming? You're tall, that's what I'm saying.
Of all days to say this.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
On his wedding day.
There's nothing wrong with being tall, or with being part something else. Look, I don't care what color hair you got. I mean, shit. Look at me.
Does your hair naturally like that? I thought you did that.
Nope.
For the podcast.
His hair's pink.
Yeah, you never explained what he looks
Sorry,
like.
he is a grubby, short gnome wearing patched clothes. He's got tools strapped to every bit of him, different sizes of screwdrivers and drill bits and things. And his hair is brushed into a pointed beard with equally curled out mustaches. A huge mustache coming out either side of his nose. And all of his hair is a stark pink color. Now, do you know the name of the world you need to get to, or any coordinates, or anything for me to do, or am I just throwing you to some other world?
The world's name is, Navaki.
Do you have anything that'll help me focus this crap? Maybe, an object, or an item, or anything resonates with that world?
Yes, I have, this book.
Ah, this looks right. He holds it in his hands. It's not quite from around here, is it? You can tell by the way it shakes. It's holding perfectly still in his hand. You have no idea what he's talking about.
Going to need that.
It's got those vibrations, you know what I'm saying? It resonates.
Obviously an expert.
It resonates from a different world. He shoves it into a slot in the back of the machine. There! That'll focus it right to the right wavelength.
Are we going to get that back?
What?
Are we going to be able to get that back?
Get what back?
The book.
He squints at you. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, stand over there.
Soul kisses Grow really fast and then goes over to the group.
Grow, holds on to you for an extra couple of seconds and says, I love you so much.
I love you too.
Be safe, okay?
I will.
I'll be here.
I'll tell you when I get back.
I'll be on the other side of the portal, alright?
Thank you.
Another kiss. And then running over to the group.
Alright, so you're all gathered in front of this machine. He starts to pull levers and toggle switches and all sorts of things, and the machine starts to whir to life. He shoves this piece of MacGuffinite into a receptacle, and the machine starts to crackle with yellow-colored lightning. Ah, it's coming to life now! Alright. Now, like I said, I think it'll be about 8 hours this thing will be open, and then, well, wherever you are is where you're gonna stay.
Like, I don't know if we don't really have a way to come up with a plan, do we? We don't know really what to get into.
Hopefully you find whatever you're looking for. Toodles! He flips a big switch, and this electricity that's now warping its way through this large drill machine zaps forward and creates a oval-shaped portal that seems to hang in midair.
Is it blue or orange?
It is neither. It sort of has a yellow border around it that crackles with electricity, and the machine has this whole front bit on it that's spinning. That's sort of keeping it in one place. All right, it's stable. You've got 8 hours.
See you soon.
Jump through.
Yep.
All right.
Bye, Petravian.
Of course, he jumps through.
Okay.
All right. Karis jumps through as well. So the 5 of you jump through the portal and leave the plane of existence for the first time in 400 years. Someone has left this world.
Dangerous. That sounds like me.
I mean, people seem to leave this world daily.
I can name at least like 2 people.
Marcus.
One.
That's one. At least.
That's it.
Nope, everybody else is fine. Nobody else has died yet.
In the world.
Ever.
In the world,
Yeah.
ever.
We just knocked them down and give them the boot.
Like, I keep on trying to figure out where these skeletons keep coming from.
Must be from a different world.
Get out of here!
Okay. What do we see?
All right. You find yourselves standing in a city. It's difficult to describe it exactly, but I'll do my best. You're standing in what looks like the forum of a city. The architecture here is strange. You've never quite seen buildings that look sort of like this. Their general architectural style is unique. You look around and you see buildings. Many of them are 2 or 3 stories tall. They seem to stretch out in every direction for as far as the eye can see in your little area. There's streets. There's a well in the middle of the forum. There are decorative columns built in places. There are tents set up with like shelves and like countertops as if it's like a bazaar here that people are trading items back and forth. But there are no people. The sky is completely gray, like it's a void, like someone simply turned the sky off. There are no clouds. There's no color in the sky. Everything seems to have sort of a bluish tint to it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does this kind of feel like the Deadlands?
No.
No. Okay.
No. There is still temperature here. There's still air. There's still color. But everything here is sort of tinted a little bluish, and the sky is gone.
This is awful.
Another thing to note is that it is totally silent. There appears to be no life of any kind.
Where do we go? Where do we find out? I was going to use that.
First things first. Does someone have a way to count down 8 hours?
Other than using a spell that lasts that long.
Okay. I'll cast Mage Armor on myself.
All right.
Oh, interesting. And Vera's gonna take in like the surroundings and that so that she can remember where this is.
Yeah.
I would like everyone to make a perception check.
That is 18 for Market.
That is a
Oh,
nat
wow.
20
Okay.
for Vera.
18,
19
34,
for me.
19, 20.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. Good rolls, everybody.
Thank you. We needed them.
Also, I'm definitely starting Archie's timer right now.
Every one of you succeeds the perception check, and you all can sense something strange about this place. Like I said, there appears to be no life of any kind, but it's something more than that. Because even though there's no life of any kind, you still get the sense that you're being watched. Like there's someone in a window in one of these houses looking at you, but when you look, there's nothing there. So, looking around the forum, there's no people of any kind, and all the items here, anything like sitting around, is nothing of all that much interest or value. It's mostly pottery or what looks like decayed food that's just turned to dust. Beyond the buildings, you can see there's sort of a hill in the middle of the town, and sitting on it is a large castle.
Does that look like Glarv's castle?
Like the one from Vil?
Bill?
No.
Should we look there first?
I mean, there's no other direction.
I don't know else to stout.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Yes, you can. You cast Detect Magic, and you detect no magic in the area around you. Also, before you leave the forum, the portal is just standing there, by the way.
Okay.
So it's there. It's not like you guys are alone. If you look back through the portal, you can see the junk room that you were just in.
Is there anyone guarding the other side of the portal?
Gross standing there.
Right.
Go, Soul's gonna grab Lovette and be like, alright, we're jogging. Everyone savvy with that?
Well, if you just give me like 60 seconds and she can kill me.
Well, fine then.
Keep up.
I mean, we need Archie out anyways. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, I'm fine with Archie coming out. I just want to start going.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
keep
So
moving.
Archie fully deploys, and party can begin moving. Where would you like to head?
To the castle?
All right.
Yep.
Can we guesstimate how long it'll take to get there?
Without knowing exactly how big the city is, it's hard to say, but the scale of the city is massive. I think only one of you have probably seen a city this size before, and it was Petravian.
Well, at least there won't be any traffic.
It's true. Nothing in the streets. You find carts abandoned. You find houses that look like they're in relatively good shape, but like I said, everything is just empty. But yet, there's a sense that something is there behind every corner, behind every window, looking at you through every peephole and door. You get the unmistakable sense you're being watched. So you keep heading toward the castle, and you walk through the city, rather run or jog through the city, and it still takes you about an hour to get to it.
Oh, jeez. And it's just dead the whole time.
Mm-hmm. The entire place is just a vast emptiness, like all the life has been scooped out of this place. You finally make it to the castle itself, and you find the gate standing open, nothing preventing anyone from simply walking in.
Can I detect magic on the castle/gate area?
Sure. So you sweep a 60-foot cone of detect magic throughout this area, and you detect nothing.
I gotta do a D&D thing that we haven't really done hardly ever.
What is that?
Check for traps?
Because it's a castle. Castles tend to have traps.
I did once in Moira's house.
You detect no traps.
I'm sure it's fine.
We go inside, I guess?
Alright, you go inside, and as you're walking into the castle itself, for a split second, as soon as you look in the main door, you see like the trail of someone's leg as they're turning the corner away from you, down the hallway. Almost as if there was someone who was just there that was just leaving the hall as you were looking down it.
Going to use invisibility and sneak up and see if I can see stuff. Is that okay?
Yes.
Stealth roll?
Sure, go ahead.
30?
That'd be a 50.
Oh, well, I guess it'd be 50, yeah.
Okay, you get a 50 on your stealth. You scout ahead, quite a ways in front of the party as they're trailing behind, and you're looking down every hallway, and you don't see anyone, but you're able to hear footsteps that aren't yours.
Okay.
Almost like there's people milling about or walking from one room to another with a purpose, but yet you don't see anyone. And the sounds don't seem to be coming from any specific direction.
No specific direction?
Mm-hmm. They're sort of echoing off the walls here. You turn down various paths and hallways, and you realize that this place is large enough that it's becoming a bit of a maze. And just as you think you're completely lost, you turn a corner, and the hallway opens up into a absolutely enormous dining hall.
Guys, I found a big room.
Do we know where you are?
Yeah.
I assumed that Sol would have been leading the party on.
Well,
So the party gets to this massive dining room. It's this huge feast hall in the castle. There's a series of 13 tables arrayed, 6 tables on the side, and one massive one at the front of the room on a raised platform. The place is dressed as if there was just a massive feast held here. Like, there's runners and all kinds of fancy decorations sitting out, like things that would have been considered high-end decorations even for a place as large and fancy as this. So whatever just happened in this room must have been a very important event. All the tables sit empty as far as like food, but the decorations still sit there, and the chairs are sort of all pulled out at varying angles.
Does it look like a wedding?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It does look like a wedding.
Yeah.
Of course.
It looks like there was a wedding feast held here.
I get the feeling she's nearby. Or but we're looking for nearby.
You hear something breathing, but
Near
it's
us?
near you. Yeah, like right behind,
Creepily
like,
breathing, or
like right
just
behind your head. You feel someone breathing on the back of your neck. Everyone,
I turned to look.
there's nothing there.
I was gonna tell Archie to look, and I was gonna not. See if he sees it.
Even though I'm invisible?
Do I see any tracks or anything?
No,
What kind of breathing are we talking about? Large, like
ragged,
Bestial?
shallow breathing, like unhealthy
humanoid
breathing.
or bestial?
Humanoid.
Hello?
Your words echo across the walls.
I'm gonna drop my crossbow.
Man, this place looks like shit.
Vera.
What?
It was a wedding.
How do you know?
It looks like a wedding.
Guys, we need to keep moving. We need to find out.
Okay, you're right. I'm gonna go look at the head table, okay?
Okay. You start walking toward the head table, and you get about 3 paces toward that side of the room when the doors leading into this room all simultaneously slam shut.
I'm gonna die here.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Magic Fang on Archibald.
Make a perception check.
Yes, sir. Oh, shit. I did nat 1, so 16.
That is a 28 for Vera.
That is a 19 for Petra.
That is a 17 for Lovette.
Alright, that's good enough for everyone.
Even at a 1, I'm
Yeah.
okay.
You hear faint music. It's strange. It's no piece you've ever heard before, Sol, even as a bard. And you swear you've heard every piece of music written by every country in the world at this point. And this is a piece of music you're unfamiliar with. Being played by instruments you've sort of never heard before.
Okay.
But it sort of like rises from nothing, and it sounds like what you would imagine like a 4-piece string group, would sound like. But they're playing instruments that you're not familiar with, so the sounds is sort of off. And it seems to be coming from nowhere, but everywhere. And the sound echoes off the walls as it gets louder. And as it gets louder, you can start to hear the murmured voices. And the best way I can describe it is it's chatter. You hear people socializing.
Ghosts of the past.
Fucking, yeah, haunted AF over here.
I'm gonna continue towards
Paladin,
the
we
head.
need that circle going.
One
Does
of
that
the-
move with us?
One of the chairs moves slightly, as if someone was sitting in the table and just moved their chair away from the table to stand. But the chair just moved on its own. You see some of the silverware begin to move on its own as well.
Oh, fuck this.
Oh, we're stuck in this room right now.
Petravian,
Yeah.
the circle.
You see the silverware start to move as if they're being used by unseen hands as they sweep across empty plates.
I'm gonna shoot something that moves.
Petrie?
The
Yes.
candelabras that are located across the tables all illuminate simultaneously.
Let's shoot it.
The flames are blue, by the way.
Stealing my fire.
Everything here has a blue tint.
What's the command word for my statue, Petrie?
What are you shooting at, Lovette?
The candelabras.
All right, Lovette shoots and just macks 2 of the candelabras. They fall over.
What the hell?
I just went on this
Calm
alone.
down.
Okay.
The song that keeps playing rises in tune and becomes stronger in the room. And you hear footsteps coming from the center of the room, because these tables are arrayed for 6 tables per side, 1 table at the top, and then there's an area between the tables in the middle where it looks like if this were a wedding feast, you would have dancing. And you can hear footsteps.
Oh, man, this is like the deadline.
Rhythmic footsteps, until eventually you can start to see like actual footfalls on the ground start to disturb the dust. They're moving in rhythm.
Stay within 10 feet of me.
Okay, but you gotta keep moving
Yeah. Where are we headed?
towards the head table, where
Let's
I'd
go.
assume the bride and groom would be.
Alright, I'm closing with them too.
Yep.
Have Archie come over to me and give him his magic fang.
You begin to move toward the head table again, and you hear a voice call out, "A toast! A toast to his lordship on this greatest of days." You look and you see a single person sitting at one of the tables, partially see-through, holding up a glass. "Hear, hear!" You hear another cry from another part of the room, and you see another obvious specter holding up a glass. More cheers start to move through the room, and more beings are becoming visible, though still see-through. You see dancers, you see musicians, you see guests of all types, shapes, and sizes. Races of beings you've never seen before and will never see again.
Let's keep going. Come on, guys.
Keep moving along.
"To his lordship, on this the day of his wedding." Another raucous cheer throughout the room. "For he has united the kingdom, he has ended the wars, and he has brought peace and prosperity to everyone." More cheers. "A toast," you hear ring out, "to the bride, to Teresa, whose grace is unseen anywhere else in this world."
I think that's what the person we're looking for.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, yes, it is. No, you didn't know that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
The figures at the head table appear. You see a bunch of people dressed in the greatest of fineries. And at the center of the head of the table here, you see 2 people sitting, each with a hand on the table clasping the other's hand. One is a man you have already seen. It is Glarv. The other is a woman who you have already seen in portrait. A woman you know to be Teresa.
Who oddly looks like Karis with black hair.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Is Karis in the circle, by the way?
Yeah, Karis is sticking with you guys. But she's
That's not touching.
like fascinated with what's going on, and you can tell she's looking at this from a much different perspective than you guys.
How close are we to Teresa?
You're very close. You're like maybe 10 feet away. The person sitting to the right of Glarv, so typically like a best man or something like that. Whatever traditions they use vary, but he turns his head, and the first thing he does is he looks back at the lot of you as if he sees you, gives a little of a smirk, and then looks at Glarv and says, "My friend, it appears you've won. The war is over. You've consolidated your power. You have the hand of the woman you love." Glarv looks at the person sitting to his right and says, "Yes, I have. I have everything I've ever wanted." The man to the right of Glarv smiles and says, "Then it's time for you to pay up." The man seated to the right of Glarv vanishes.
That was him.
That was who?
The enemy.
Wait, it's Glarv.
No.
No,
The
see,
other
to
person?
Glarv isn't the enemy. He is our enemy, but the enemy is the thing that created Glarv. And he knew we were here.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Glarv says that. Something's very wrong.
I'm gonna reach out for Teresa.
Your hand goes right through her.
God damn it.
None of them seem to be able to see you. Glarv's starts to convulse at the table. I feel weak. I feel weak and so hungry.
Oh no, what?
He
Back up, guys.
He's already cleared the food off of his plate. He's like, I need food. Guards, fetch me the rest of the food. And the guards are like, the doors, sir, they're sealed. We don't know why. Fetch me the food now. Now! He starts screaming at them. The guards go around and start scouring plates from people at the wedding feast and start bringing him food. He starts eating it furiously. People are starting to stop their chattering and the music stops. And the whole scene is just sort of eerie as he's just shoveling food down his mouth and shouting for more. Eventually one of the nobles goes up and asks him what is the meaning of this madness, and Glarv pulls a sword and just kills him on the spot. Takes a look at him on the ground, descends on him, and starts to devour his corpse. There's screams in the room. The guards don't know what to do. Some of them move to try to get out of the room. Others move to try to help their lord, and who again pulls his sword and starts lashing out at anyone nearby.
My eyes are on Teresa.
She's sitting there, just a look of horror on her face. It's frozen in fear. I'll spare you all the minutia of the details, but Glarv consumes that body, and that's not enough. He moves on to the next person, and the next person, and the next person. As he does, his body distends and grows and becomes more misshapen and monstrous, until all that's left in the room is him and Teresa. He looks at her, bellows a roar, grabs her, and shoves her into his now enlarged, monstrous mouth.
No!
He begins to go into convulsions again. He holds his arms to his stomach, racking with pain, and he coughs out a single item that lands on the ground, not bouncing, but landing as if it weighs 1,000 tons. It sits there on the floor. It's a wedding ring. Everything disappears in the room. The carnage, the bloodstains, everything is gone all at once. All that remains is a wedding ring sitting on the floor.
So, I have it?
You want to reach down and retrieve it off the floor?
You sure about that?
What? Can I detect magic on it?
You can try.
Okay.
You detect magic on it, and it comes back as not existing.
Okay.
You don't understand. The reading doesn't make sense. It says it's not even there.
I'm gonna take my pouch and grab it with it so
Okay.
that my skin doesn't touch it.
Sure. You touch the ring, and it feels for a moment as if it's fixed to the floor, like it weighs the weight of a sun.
Please, Teresa.
Vera will try to grab it.
Alright, I need you to make a will save.
Alright.
Both of you, Sol and Vera.
Okay. It's 26.
29.
Alright. You guys feel a presence in the ring, and it relents. The ring pops off the ground and sits in the palm of your hand.
I put it in my pouch where the MacGuffinite was.
Alright.
This is it, right?
I think this is it.
I think so.
We have to get out of here.
I mean,
Who's ready for another jog?
but should we double check or something? I want to stay here too long. But
Is there a way that I can feel that it's right?
I sense motive to right.
Sense mode of the DM.
You sense the motive of the ring, and you're pretty sure this is the object you came here looking for.
Okay.
Okay.
This is it, guys.
Let's go.
Alright, and let's jog the hell out of here.
Do the doors open for us?
The doors are open, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
They were never closed. Alright.
So we run.
So as you're leaving, you hear a slow clapping noise.
I don't like that. Keep going.
You're not going to look back?
Oh, fine, yes.
I'll look back and point my crossbow.
Is it the enemy?
You see the man who is sitting to the right of Glarv. He's clapping as he watches all of you.
I'm gonna stick my tongue out at him as
I'm
I
gonna
turn
shoot
the
him.
corner.
Any shot goes right through him. Like I said, he's partially see-through.
Non-corporeal.
It's fine. It's the gesture that's important.
Even though he doesn't speak, Words echo throughout the halls. It will not be enough. It will never be enough.
For him or for you? Soul yells back.
There's no answer.
Soul, ignore him.
As we're
He's a
fucking
ghost
jogging.
of the past.
No, that's the enemy. I just don't know how he's here.
We can contemplate that after we're back in the Steam Isle.
Yeah, I know.
We're booking it.
Yeah,
Alright,
we're booking it back.
you guys book
Get
it back.
the hell out of
You run
here.
another hour. You get back to the forum that you came in from. The portal stands there just as you left it.
Okay, that was actually a lot easier
Alright.
than I thought it would be.
In the
Soul,
portal, go.
first. Go.
Go.
Okay. Soul hops through.
Lovette,
Vera
go.
goes through.
Yeah, I go.
Vera, go through. Karis, go.
Yeah, she goes through.
I look back.
Archibald is still staying back with you. He's going to go through last because I can just summon him through.
Alright.
Petra's like, it's too late for me. There's
What?
no
What
time.
the fuck? Why are you taking your time?
There's no time
Right.
left. There's only 5.5 hours left.
Alright, fine. I'll use Maker's Call, and Archie turns into his little sphere and comes through the portal.
Petra goes through.
Uh-huh.
You see a pink-haired gnome asleep at the controls.
Of course.
Grow was pacing, and then when you arrive through, he immediately runs over and gives you a hug. Soul. He obviously runs
Yeah.
over and gives Soul a hug.
No one
Well,
else gets a hug.
I want to be clear.
Aww.
Uh,
I mean, if girl wants to hug me, I'm not okay with that.
ew.
He's a buddy.
Soul is shaking and grows arms.
Vizier, shut it down.
He wakes up. What? Sure.
Shut it down.
He slaps him at the controls, and it shuts off.
I look at where the book was.
Yeah,
Is
it's
there
still
anything
there. Yeah.
Grab it.
Is there any MacGuffinite left?
No.
Shit. That's
It
fine.
used-
We know
it
where
used
it is.
It used the entire crystal to open the portal. Well, did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah.
Looked like you've seen a ghost.
I think I saw a lot of ghosts. And one I don't understand.
We can talk about it later.
Okay.
What's next on the plan?
I guess I can go find Cloud.
I think we should
That
talk
soon?
to Corona first.
What?
Corona.
Oh, I mean, I guess. I don't
Just
want
double
that
check.
singling allowed in my world.
We just need to double check before we go in. Okay? We want to make sure we're as prepared as possible. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
That world was stripped. Kara speaks up for the first time in a while. Like it had been harvested.
He ate everything.
Did he? Did he eat everyone?
Not exactly. I think he ate everyone in that room for sure. But the whole rest of the world, no. It was harvested. Stripped bare of everything. Of souls, magic, like all of
Light.
it.
Why?
The enemy.
What did
It took
the-
everything.
That's
Is this
who
what the
we're
enemy
fighting.
Are we fighting that world now too? Everything that it was made resources turned into a weapon against us?
Not against Glarv. I don't think, at least. The enemy, well, if we faced him head on right now, then yes, I'm pretty sure we would. But with each of the 8, one being gone currently, and Glarv being number 7 or whatever, with each one that gets destroyed, he gets a little bit weaker, I think is how I gathered it. So, I want to take every single one of them down and make sure they don't touch our world.
Yeah, can I see that book?
Sure.
Alright,
I mean,
I'm going to tear a
you-
corner off of one of the pages, and I won't even take the whole book. I just tear off the corner and let you hold the rest of it, and I'm going to put that corner in the compass.
Smart thinking.
Where's
The compass spins freely.
It's not from this world.
It
It doesn't have the right frequency of our world.
Look at you in the house.
Well, that's what he said. And Soul points to the Vizier.
He's asleep.
Look, I just gather stuff via context half the time, so.
What's that ring? Do you think that might help?
Soul takes out the ring and puts it in the compass.
It spins freely.
Alright.
Soul takes the ring back.
I'll put the little piece of paper that I tore off in my obsession log.
Again, Soul is staring at that log.
I'm sure I'm only adding to it.
Alright, Corona first?
Corona first.
Okay, let's go find somewhere to plant a tree.
So another island.
I mean,
There's green and by the spa.
Barely.
there's a park in the school. Maybe this is strange for us to show up also.
Let's try it at the park? Is that grass? Is
Yeah,
the
there's
dirt?
grass in the park. There's a tree.
Hold
Okay.
back at the,
It's a plastic tree.
Soul looks for anything to write with on the desk of the Vizier.
Yeah, there's writing utensils.
Okay, I'm gonna write him a note thanking him
Okay.
and to give Matilda my regards. Soul leaves with the group.
Yep.
To the park.
To the park.
To the park!
All right. Party leaves and heads to the park, the one outside the academy.
Alright.
Petra feels very uneasy.
So, you leave the castle of the Gnome Lord, and as you're walking through the streets, I would like everyone to make a perception check.
That is a 6.
34.
That is a 33. Geez.
Nice.
And fuck. Well, okay, hey.
Oh my god.
That
that's
one
a
for
nat
Lovette.
Alright, so 1 second. I'm just going to move you all. So the two of you succeed your perception check, and as you're walking down the street, you can hear a few of the gnomes talking. Did you hear? It was a murder. Oh, yes. It's a real shame, too. I heard she just got her daughter back.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Really?
Yep.
That's what they said?
That's what you heard.
Oh
Alright, I'll put you back up into the channel.
no!
I
Soul
really am un-
turns to Lovette.
Yeah.
Hey buddy.
Yeah.
How healthy did Moira's mom look? And Soul's probably like walking backwards on the way to this park.
What? What?
How healthy was Moira's mother when we left?
She seems okay. Alive. Well, like,
Hmm.
fine. You know, not great, but...
How
it's
often do gnomes
honestly-
go missing? Is that a weird question?
What? Yes, that's a weird question. I want to
Okay.
know why you're
Okay.
asking that question.
Well, I'm gonna go plant this seed real
Wait,
quick.
no.
We have to go back.
Go
Can
back.
we just
what?
do Corona
We
real
just-
quick?
No.
Okay.
What? What?
Really? We have to go back to where Moira is. Now.
Why? Okay.
Why? What is going on?
What is going on?
Apparently there's a murder.
And it might be her mom.
Oh no.
You
Vera
guys-
will turn into a large bee and fly.
You're right there. Like, you're right there.
Oh, alright.
Yeah,
okay,
the park's
never
right
mind.
Castle,
next
the
to it.
castle that...
Like, I was like, I literally just want to plant this tree real quick, guys.
Alright, so you turn...
Nope.
Took an Uber around the
You
corner.
turn back and you see, and in front of the O'Brien estate, there is a large crowd gathered. You see inspectors, the local watch force, standing around, like, keeping the public back.
Push my way through the crowd. These guys are
A
shrimps.
large crowd.
Yeah. And you see Moira sitting on the front steps of her house, just weeping.
Maya!
I'm gonna run to her, or at least attempt to.
I don't
No,
know.
what happened?
You left, and I went up to my room. I was going to go over some of my old books, and I heard something downstairs, and I ran down, and
What did you hear? What did you
Mom was dead. I don't understand.
hear? It's okay, Maya.
They killed her.
What?
I know who it must have been.
Soul tilts their head.
They've
Well, we
they've
don't
always
know
been
that.
jealous of you.
But this doesn't have anything to do with that.
You know who this was. It's the only people that would have done this.
I don't know if they're still alive.
Then who else killed Mom? It was them. You've got to stop them.
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess so.
Because what if they go after your parents or me or
Yeah, if they go after, they tried that once. If they try it again, I crush them.
Lovette thinks about it for a second, and as the gears turn, she gets kind of like a bloodlust in her eyes.
Crush them. Yeah, I guess we can plant that tree. Well, you should stay with my parents for now.
Okay.
They are going to be safe. I trust in their abilities, and they'll keep you safe.
All right, I'll go there right away.
Archie, go with her.
You're making Archie go with her? No.
Because I can bring him back.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I guess Dimension Door.
I was like, what if we get in battle
With Corona.
with Corona?
God.
I hear he's very sick right now, so
if we got in battle with Corona, I don't know the art on that one. He's pretty strong, but
Not that strong.
Yeah, Corona would probably just cast Creeping Doom, and that would be the end of the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
and I have backup plans if we don't have Archie with us. We get into trouble.
All right, so Archie escorts Moira away, and the rest of the party heads back to the park.
And that's okay with Lovette.
Yeah.
So did it?
I love to do.
Okay.
Okay. I guess everyone's kind of busy looking at Moira's house, so
Mm-hmm.
there won't be many people at the park.
Yeah.
I shall dig a hole and plop that walnut in there.
All right, you sink that nut,
Yeah. Nut.
and a moment later, it sprouts into the same kind of tree you've seen multiple times. It grows a face and opens its eyes. What day is it?
It's a holiday, the 15th of February.
Ah, it's good to be awake on a holiday.
Soul takes the ring out of their...
Is
Soul
that
takes
what I
the
think
ring.
it is?
I hope so. Otherwise, we're really fucking screwed.
Well,
Soul holds it up close to his face.
the tree squints as it looks at it. It definitely feels like it's not from this world. It doesn't feel natural at all.
He ate her.
As much as a tree can nods. I see.
It was horrible.
I'm gonna make him pay for bringing that thing here.
So what do we do with this?
Do we wear it? Do we
Yeah.
throw it into him?
Do we
How
just
do
go
we-
find him? Should we get reinforcements?
What do we do?
Well, you know where he lives.
Yeah.
Being in the presence of a totem weakens one of the 8. So, simply having it with you, presenting it, should be enough. It should make the fight much more even.
Okay, good to know. We got this.
You've all
Of
done
course.
an incredible thing. It was certainly not easy to go to another world and to find this. You have my thanks.
Well, we're not done yet. Don't take us just yet.
Well,
No matter what, he's going down.
Is there anything else you can tell us from your fight with the other one that could help us?
when you think you've struck the mortal blow, get some distance.
Okay. Do they explode?
The
Like
last
gross?
one did.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
No,
Like gross.
not exactly. It did cause a bit of a problem, but like I
A
said,
bit of-
when you think you've struck the mortal blow, get some distance between you and Glarv.
What kind of problem are we talking about?
Well, the last one that died caused an earthquake.
I'm sorry, what?
You see, that's the important stuff they have to tell us.
Well, do you think we are strong enough, Corona?
I don't know. I hope, but I don't know.
We have to be.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll talk to you when he's defeated.
Or I'll see you at my wedding.
Try and keep me away.
Ooh, have a fun conversation with my dad on that day.
I look forward to it. The tree goes through the last part of its life cycle and drops another walnut on the ground.
I pick up the walnut and put it in my pouch.
Seriously, he couldn't tell us about the earthquake right
yeah,
away?
I don't know.
Do we have a
Lovette?
few hours before we leave?
Yeah, let's investigate first.
Alright. I'm just gonna go burn the house down.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm just gonna start heading towards the O'Morris estate.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Lovette, do you want to be a criminal again or something? What's your plan here?
I'm going to find some, and I'm going to help some until they confess.
Do we actually have proof that they did this?
I'm going to get the confession either way.
Soul looks nervously at the rest of the group.
I'm going to the house. I'm going to check for anything, and then maybe I'll head over there.
I'm gonna go with Vera.
Do you know where you're going after we leave the house?
No? But you're like the tallest gnome, so we can always find you.
Well, you know, if I'm indoors, that's not going to hurt.
Okay, well, where is this
I'll
house?
come with you. And
Alright, so we head over to the O'Briens to investigate.
Like I said, there's a bunch of inspectors there, and the place is pretty much shut down to the public. When you arrive at the scene, the inspectors ask you, what you're doing here and tell you to disperse.
Soul's gonna lean over to Vera and say, go in the chimney like last time.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay.
So Vera will walk off behind a few buildings, a few blocks away, turn into a small,
Rat-sized
tiny.
Okay, rat size B.
Yep, and it's gonna fly into the chimney.
Okay, you try to fly into the chimney, however, the fireplace is lit,
Oh, motherfuckers!
shit.
and it
Yeah.
is not easy. Well, it's impossible to fly down the chimney.
Fireplace is lit, and the only living resident is not in it.
Worst police ever.
Well, I say only living resident. We don't really know what's happened to her dad.
He went to get some clockwork oil
I never came
and
back.
never came back.
Is the door open, or are any of the windows open?
Yes, the windows to Moira's room are open.
I go into there.
Okay, you fly into Moira's bedroom. Oh boy, make a perception check.
What?
Oh god.
21.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, there is trays of food spread around, most of them eaten. There is, the sheets are, tangled and wadded and thrown to the side. There is honey stuck to spots of the mattress.
Ew, what the fuck?
Well, what do you fucking do with my fucking honey? Motherfuckers.
Ew. Ew.
Anyways, continue.
And And, of course, the room smells exactly how you think it should.
Oh, lovely, yes.
Like Soul when they came back that one time.
You're so mean.
Yeah, but are they wrong? Mean, but are they wrong?
Do I smell?
Hmm?
Are you telling me I smell?
I don't know. Are you telling me Soul did not smell that time?
I smell like a flower.
Yeah, this place smells like the similar flowers.
And,
Yeah.
and I don't kiss like a I kiss like a princess.
Uh-huh.
I will continue looking.
All right, you continue into the
Are you
main...
sure you want to?
All right, you go past that room and you go out to the main part of the house where you find a couple of inspectors searching around the body and like looking about the room for any other clues.
Right, I'm going to do a perception check on the body.
And please make a stealth check as well.
That is a 26.
There you go.
Okay, and a perception to search the area.
That is a
Oh, there you
32.
go.
Excellent rolls.
Damn.
Excellent rolls. All right, so
Christ, there's
Vera,
my rolls.
you swoosh into that room and you look around, and what you notice, first of all, you're completely unseen by the inspectors, but you look around the room and the first thing you notice is the manner in which Miss O'Brien has died. Her neck has been torn out.
Jeez.
Like in
like
what way? Like with a hand or like with a mouth?
you're not sure. It
Like a
could be
knife?
it could be with a mouth. It could be with a hand. You don't know, but it looks almost like a wild animal, like mauled and killed her.
0?
Blood
Jesus.
trails.
There is blood all over the place. Yeah,
It's gruesome.
it's very gruesome.
What did Karis cram back into Moira?
Yeah, seriously.
I don't think it's Moira now.
I do.
I mean, the way
I
that
do.
I mean,
I do.
I mean,
I thought it was
Well,
Moira when we were still on the ship.
Well, no, I think Moira has some issues, but I don't think they're killing in that way. They ripped a
But
throat out.
So what Vera does is she's just going to look at the trail, see if she can see anything from there, and if she can, she's going to head back out.
There's no trails leading like anywhere that you can tell.
All right. So Vera will head back out.
All right, you head back out of the house, meet back up with the rest of the team.
So?
Turn back.
All right,
Well, it appears her throat was torn out. It doesn't look like a weapon was necessarily used.
Okay.
More like it was someone's like own body that tore
Like
it out.
brute force?
Yes.
Oh.
What?
I don't really know
Did you
what
see
else.
where they went or came?
Lovette, why was there so much food in Moira's room, by the way?
She's just really hungry. I mean, you're kind of burning a lot of calories.
Soul just looks over at Vera and then looks down at Lovette. Anyways, was there a blood trail or anything? Do you know where it happened?
There was a blood trail everywhere.
Blood splatter all over.
There was nothing that it really led to.
Okay.
It's just all over the place.
Do the O'Morrises have dogs or things that could rip necks?
Wait, I mean,
I mean,
you could build the machine to do that.
Okay.
like a neck ripping machine.
Is that a thing?
It's kind of like a bottle opener.
Yeah.
Oh, Ripper.
Oh, well, I'm just more angry now. So let's go bust their house down.
Did Moira say anything to the police about it? Do you know?
I don't know.
I mean, you're her best friend. Shouldn't the police know that?
Like the guards? I don't know what the terminology is.
The inspectors,
Inspectors.
Are these inspector gadgets?
kind of.
I want to die.
When you realize why Beardy calls them inspectors, it's too late. You've already fallen for the trap.
I called them police, you slut. Well, you're welcome to ask them, or we can maybe talk to the O'Morrises if they're even alive.
Someone's alive. I don't think they're all over the onset explosion as a big family.
Okay, well, we should still talk first.
Talk?
Which
To the
way?
Almighties? We could try, sure, yeah. They don't really like...
I know
I mean-
you're upset right now, but
This is just the things I do all the time.
Which way is the O'Morris
It's this way.
estate?
Start heading that way.
And Vera is going to... I'd like to use my survival skill to see if I can find any blood trails at all of
Okay,
any kind.
sure. Go ahead.
That is going to be a 28.
Okay, you find no blood trails.
Question: where did Moira go?
to
Moira was
Lovette's
sent to
parents.
the Xeneris Bodwin estate for safekeeping.
I'd like to do a heal check on them to see if there's any. I don't know if Moira would touch her mother or anything, but
Like, if there was like
blood
under her fingernails or something.
Yeah.
Does Archie come back, by the way?
I mean, if you, yeah, that's fine. Archie's back.
I'm just gonna wait for him to get back the old-fashioned way.
Also, what has Moira been doing? Like, you can look through his eyes, right?
Oh, actually, no, I can do a minute because it's around.
How do I ask this? How do I ask this delicately of Lovette?
How indeed.
Oh boy,
Okay.
we know how good
so-
Petra is at being delicate.
Petra doesn't know about Zero, so.
Yeah. So I actually pull Soul aside.
Okay.
What's up, Petrie?
From what Vera describes, and there's no blood splatter in or out. There's no trails. We have to suspect Moira.
Oh, I already do.
I don't think going off to wherever this other estate is would be prudent. I think we need to go examine Moira.
Well,
Right.
I think Lovette can look through Archie's eyes, and it'll make her feel better if we see the O'Morrises, I don't know, existing? Probably?
Soul turns to Lovette.
Hey, Lovette, why don't you check up on Archie's eyes real quick while we're over here, just to make sure that Moira's safe.
I adjust my monocle, little settings on the rim, and I can see through that monocle. I can see through his eyes.
You see Archie walking through the streets, heading back toward you guys.
Oh?
Follow the other's way back.
Oh, okay.
What if you all go to this O'Morris's, and I go with Archie?
Archie's coming back right now.
Oh, she's coming with us.
I'm talking to Soul as an aside. I think I should go by myself and examine Moira.
Okay. Don't kill her? Because Lovette will kill you.
No,
Or
I'm
Vera.
well aware.
She was really touchy about the last time she died. Don't kill her. Just check up on them, and then come right back or something, okay?
You got it.
Okay. Be safe, Petra.
And Soul gives him a nice slap on his shoulder.
Petra heads off. I don't know how to get there.
Where's he going?
I don't know.
Well, he's going.
I'm
I
gonna
can
go.
tell you how to gazelle.
Yes, I'm actually going to go check on Moira. Nobody checked on her health. Maybe.
I checked on my
I think I
hands. And I made sure to get back to my estate safely.
He's just concerned about her is all. You know, he's all that goodwill and stuff.
That's fine. My parents are very capable people. You haven't met some, but they have a few adventures under their own bed.
Technically did when we knocked on the door earlier.
I suppose it's true. You have met some.
Yeah.
So you should be on the same page as me.
So I was like, okay, so O'Morris's, are we going, or?
We all go together after we take care of this. To my estate after we take care of this pet farm.
Alright.
You haven't met these people, but once you do, there are any of them around, you'll understand why we suspect them and why we're lying.
But I think time is of the essence.
Yes,
am I
let's go.
wrong?
No.
Okay. Lovette, lead the way.
Yeah, do exactly that.
And Vera's just been looking at the ground and stuff.
Like, looking for tracks, looking for blood.
Mhm.
They're so cool.
She's so cool looking, following the group, staring at the floor.
With, like, a magnifying glass.
Okay, so the party heads out of the forge side and heads into the coal ward to a compound deep in the coal ward that belongs to the O'Morris family. The buildings here are smaller, closer together, more choked with grime and dirt.
Oh.
And as you approach the O'Morris compound ahead, it is surrounded by large and clunky-looking clockworks.
There was no blood trail anywhere.
Oh, you always feel this?
I don't know what is with you on this.
We go in there, we find out.
We're
what-
just talking, right?
Hopefully, I'm waiting to talk. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, well, if you start a fire, me and Gro are gonna go.
Okay.
Vera opens her palm towards the door.
You can go?
Oh yeah, I'll go. You see, you hold your palm out. I think I imagine a different.
As in the, like, you can go kind of thing.
Oh, I thought you were like getting
Not-
ready
not like-
to Kamehameha way
Yep.
the door.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
an
it.
interesting way to think of.
That's
I mean,
a power that I did not realize Vera had.
I mean, she is pretty buff, though.
That's true.
Anyone who's buff can Kamehameha.
That's how it works.
That is true. Yeah.
That's the reason to work out.
Right? Are you going to go?
Lovette, this is your hometown.
Yeah,
You're the one
I'll
who needs to do that.
Knock on the door. Well, walk up to the door and then kind of knock.
So as you approach the compound, the large, heavy-looking clockworks will move in to intercept you.
Oh, it's an alarm.
Did it say something?
Yeah, it was speaking in clockwork.
What does it say?
It says, state your business. But it was very droning and very dumb sounding for clockwork.
I'm here to speak with Corin or Daria or Mom.
Right. At the mention of those names, the clockwork are going to deploy weapons and immediately turn hostile.
Okay.
And that is where we will call it a night.
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to Protagonist for the theme music, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or, if you want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic, go to our Patreon under Kanishra. Until next time.